Welcome to a very special issue of Critical Encounters. This is a bicentennial issue, if you will, issue 200. If you're wondering what Critical Encounters is, and you really shouldn't be because this is 200th issue now, it's a podcast about Marvel Champions, which is a living card game by Fantasy Flight Games. Here, we take a good look at that most critical piece of the game, the encounter sets. We'll discuss those poorly understood characters, unfairly labeled villains, and their various plans to shape humanity and benefit the planet, as well as those so-called heroes intent on thwarting them. I used to be, and for this episode, I still am, one of your hosts, Mustafa. And joining me tonight, even though he forgot to invite me, is Daniel.
Oh, Moose, it's so great to hear your voice on the cast again, and I just love that there's just no script out there you can't ignore. Thank you.
You knew that before Steve.
These words on a page are guidelines, Yeah, I love it.
All right, well, Steve, who actually invited me, is also here.
Hi, Moose. How's it going?
All right, good to hear your voice again.
So glad to have you on. Yeah, me too.
The brains and the technical expertise behind the show, Steve. And then, last but certainly not the least, person du jour, the person who completely replaced me and made the fans forget about the host that I used to be, Mike.
Holy shit, Mustafa.
Hey, Mike.
Hey. How's it going? Good to hear you.
All right.
Hear you
I feel about the same as you feel. Happy to be here.
Yeah. Honestly, me too. I've been, in and out of Spot World for this past little while, so you don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't.
It's this other dimension, and he's been trapped in there with real life obligations on and off. So yeah.
No.
I think it's too early for me to start raving about this stupid multiverse thing that gets Marvel out of every plot hole. But I'm not going to do it then.
It's funny you say that, Mustafa, because I have a question for you.
Yeah, really? What?
Yeah. What's on your mind tonight? That was it?
That was Hello in Chimp.
Oh.
According to Jane Goodall, which everybody should watch.
Okay.
I was wondering.
I've been waiting a long time to ask you this, Mustafa, so please.
I was wondering when I got the invite yesterday. Thank you again, Steve.
Well, in my defense, Steve, you only gave me 2 months to invite him.
Right. Too long. I gave you too long.
Too long. I need a more realistic deadline.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, given the invite came yesterday, in this multi-universe part 679-ish, I just could come up with a chimp call. That's it. I don't have anything else.
That's unacceptable. That's absolutely unacceptable.
Damn, we're gonna have to improvise here. The reason behind the chimp call is I have been wondering for a long time, what makes us human? What makes us who we are? How do we actually see ourselves? Why do we? Why? I mean, this is the question that we're certainly not going to answer tonight or at any other time, because generations of people have been thinking about the same question, thinking about it, writing about it, talking about it, and at some point it should really be done, right? There's no more to talk, think, or write about. You could go read everything that's been written about it, and you still don't have an answer, maybe, other than there is really no answer. But having said that, I've been really wondering what makes us human because of an essay that I read, which talked about our recent tendency to dehumanize each other. And, this wonderful medium that we're actually using to create this podcast also has enabled the dehumanization of other humans in probably the most efficient way that we've been able to do over the time that we've been on this planet as a species.
Wait a minute, Mustafa. Are you suggesting that a technology that was invented for good has somehow been turned into something bad?
I
That's
wouldn't even
never
go.
happened.
I wouldn't even go that far. I mean, as villains, I think that's really awesome because it means job security for villains. But I wouldn't even go that far to say this technology, this internet, was invented for good. I think what I know about, which is next to nothing, is that it was invented so you could have secure communications even after a nuclear war.
I thought it was just for porn, but okay.
Well, that was the second reason, but I think they had to use some other reason to justify being able to share their text-based porn over distances without having to send it through the mail. Okay, now we've done the history of the internet. I'm going to move on.
Okay.
The dehumanization. What?
The history of the internet.
That's it.
I mean,
he left out videos of kittens, but we'll move on. So.
That's not really like that. That just happens.
That was a side benefit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do wanna take a moment to be a tad serious here. The dehumanization of people, of others, of people we don't like, or people we don't even know that we didn't like until we heard about it on the internet, is very troubling to me. It's so easy to come up with ways that you can demean or hate or dismiss or ridicule other people on the internet. Is, I think, well known by everybody now. I think I'd like to think that most of us, if you ask the question in the abstract, would say, yeah, that's not a good thing. I really do believe in the fundamental decency of a significant part of the human species. And think of it this way, like if everybody was a villain, then there would be no villains. If everybody was indecent, nasty, brutish people barely hiding their kind of a baseness behind a thin veneer of civilization, as some people like to think we are, I don't think we would have been able to come this far. There needs to be at least, if you're going to believe in anything, that's what I would choose to believe in, rather than some made up stories about omnipresent and omniscient beings. But I do think that there is enough out there to make me believe that there is the fundamental decency in all of us. Yet, despite that, despite my theory that most people would say just dehumanizing people based on very little other than the fact that the internet told me so, is not a good thing. We do it. A lot of people do it. People I know and respect do it. I sometimes even find myself thinking along those lines when I read something or watch a video. And I again, this is kind of we're approaching very rapidly at the borders of what I prepared. I think that we all need to kind of understand that this super amazing thing that we've created, this internet, this drug of drugs, has the downside of being used intentionally or unintentionally, I don't care, to kind of find ways of so easily inflaming us. I do think there is that aspect of everybody as well, like this idea that you're going to, fly into some righteous anger at something that is unjust or wrong. Like you need to be able to do that, right? To right wrongs, but it's being used in a way that is applied across the board or way too often, and at things that we have no business getting inflamed over, or at people we really don't even try to understand before we get angry at. And it's really shoving giant crowbars into any cracks that might already be there rather than helping us heal them. And on that super optimistic and happy note, I will, I guess, stop talking because I really don't know what else to say. It's just that I wanted to share that with you. And because I'm riffing here, sharing these things, not just this particular thought or this particular observation, is also what the internet enables. The fact that I'm able to sit here, about 20 minutes from Daniel, hours from Steve, and I don't know, days. How long does it take to get to Canada?
You have a dog sled?
It's like a foreign country.
By dog sled, it's 2 days.
Oh, okay. Days from Canada. The fact that we can actually talk about this, share this, is I think the cure, the antidote, the kind of the last thing that's coming out of that chest that contains all that gunky evil stuff. But to be able to make use of it, we do have to understand like what it means to be human. Going all the way back to my start, being human is being able to understand, being able to feel empathy, being able to not just go straight for the most obvious or the worst thing, but also trying to understand and have fellowship. I read something by a poet, David White, and he wrote, "The ultimate touchstone of friendship is not improvement, neither of the other nor of the self. Rather, the ultimate touchstone is witness, the privilege of having been seen by someone and the equal privilege of being granted the sight of the essence of another, to have walked with them and to have believed in them, sometimes just to have accompanied them for however brief a span on a journey impossible to accomplish alone." That speaks to me. I feel privileged to have walked with you guys for a little bit, and now back for a few minutes to walk with you again. I do believe in you. I think this podcast, which I've never listened to, is awesome. And the fact that you've gone 200 episodes and now have more than one fan is a testament to that accomplishment.
Wow. Well, thanks, man. That was beautiful, Mustafa. And sometimes you are, I think, unfairly regarded as something of a curmudgeon, but you always have these optimistic, hopeful, what's on your minds. It's like who
Shut
you
that
are.
right now. You cannot be saying those things to me.
Yeah, I mean, everything you said was very articulate. I completely disagree with you, and we're going to have a fight later on about it. So.
Okay. All right. That's better.
All right. So for those of you who are utterly confused right now, congratulations. You have not listened to the first, 150
20-some shows.
Yeah. Like, what is this podcast turn into? There's a history behind it. Just go back to the archives. You'll see it.
Yeah.
This is where the what's on your mind tonight came from.
And I have never been as good at it as Mustafa is.
Oh, come on. You're only saying this because I'm here.
I've been forced. The mantle has been forced upon me, Mustafa, and I just can't do it.
He'll be like, "Should you put ketchup or mustard on your hot dog?" Like,
that's my mind is simple. And then you come and say these things, and I
wonderful things. Yeah.
I just ramble on, and you're too kind to hear me ramble.
Nonsense.
Let's stop that because I will leave.
All right. Well, I said this earlier off air, but there was a lot of requests on our 200 survey to have you on and to just let you talk. So there you go, folks.
Both fans asked for it.
Yes.
Yeah, but two fans.
Yes, but that's 100%.
100%. Yeah.
Still more than what that one fan said. So
yeah, my mom was like, "When you have Moose back on, she stopped listening while you've been gone." So now she's back.
I love the fact that your mom is listening to these and has asked for me. Say hi from me.
Oh, I will.
Well, she'll hear it.
Yeah.
Well, again, thanks so much, Mustafa and Steve.
Yeah,
it's 200.
It's 200. Yeah, holy.
Language.
It's 200.
What?
I mean, it's too late now, but yeah.
Oh
we
my
might have
goodness! Did Steve just say that?
Yeah,
Mike,
because
he's been keeping us on our best behavior for 199 issues.
Well, maybe you.
He did say holy, so it's okay.
it's okay. Yeah. Once every 200, I get to do it. So,
Okay, great.
Taking it. Yeah, I mean, we have been on the air for 200 shows. That's a lot of tongue wagging. That's a lot of talking about Marvel Champions. We're still going strong.
That's like multiple years.
Yeah, it's many years. Yeah.
Wow.
I would like to say too that the 200 episodes with you guys has been amazing. I don't know if we could have done it with a different crew. There's not a lot of podcasts out there that make 200 if the crew doesn't get along and isn't friends and works as well, follows orders like you guys do. I appreciate that. So, yeah.
Well, back at you, and along that line, Steve, of following orders, I don't think we would have gotten 200 without you. No, I know we would not have gotten 200 without you and the work you put in outside of the recording times and how frustrating it must be to deal with Mike.
I think we would have hit 200, but we literally would have 2 listeners.
I think it's the ability to just get together and chat. It feels like the podcast is almost secondary.
Yeah, that's
That's
pretty
fair.
much.
It's just an excuse to talk about something with your friends.
Yeah,
I
very
think
true.
Monday night Twitches.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, just got to show up. As long as you're showing up, you can do it, right? That's how anything works. Just show up and participate.
Yep.
Yeah. Oof. Well, we are quite a few minutes in, and we have not talked about what we're going to talk about. We haven't done any of that. Should we maybe inform the listeners?
I can't imagine there's anything special or different about tonight, is there?
Oh, there's a lot different. But
Oh, really?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, before we do that,
Okay.
we had somebody else who wants to praise us.
Oh,
Yeah, we're going to put a few of these in throughout the night. We asked for people to send in audio clips and whatnot, so we have a lot of different audio clips.
And I want to make a public announcement that, I don't know this 100%, but I'm pretty sure that none of these people were paid.
I think you can be confident that's true.
I won't say either way. Yeah. No. That's just our first one, and then we'll get on with what we're going to do. This is, I think everybody knows, Tony Fanchi, game designer for Marvel Champions.
All right.
This is Tony Fanchi, member of the Marvel Champions design team, dropping into the lair to congratulate Mike, Daniel, and Steve on 200 issues. Quite the accomplishment. Whether it's a history lesson, an encounter set review, a skit, or a parody song, while you are listening to Critical Encounters, you are entertained.
Aw, thanks, Tony.
Nice.
Thanks, Tony.
Wow.
He meant to include Mustafa, of course.
Well, I mean, he sounds like he's recording from the 1990s, but he clearly has no idea of the history of this show. So I'm gonna talk him a star.
Okay. Are people entertained while they're not listening to us?
Nope.
No. Okay.
No, I don't think so.
That's why they listen.
You brought up the word while.
While. He said while on purpose.
I think so.
Yeah. You don't have the status
Love
of
it.
entertained unless you're listening
Love
to
it.
us, which I think proves my point. Dude, we should get Mustafa to weigh in on the big argument.
Oh God, we
No,
don't have another
we
hour.
don't have that kind of time. Yeah. Holy
No
cow.
comment.
No comment. Yeah. So
I think you want him to because he'll join your side, and I
he will
don't want
totally
that.
join. He will
I think
totally
he would.
join my side.
Yeah.
Because language and how it works.
Language.
Yeah. So Moose, I think you left the cast long before Tony Fanchi started designing for.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is.
He's now, he and Caleb are the co-designers of the game.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Somebody get him some more bandwidth. That's all I gotta say.
Oh golly! All right. Well, what's next, Steve?
Well, I was going to have Mike do this. Mike, why don't you read us? What are the schemes? We have a 13-point scheme for tonight, so
All right,
let's get
let's start.
started.
Yeah.
13 points. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, a couple of them are pretty short, though.
All right. So we got the number 1 community contributions throughout the show. Of course, we've
Like-
already done
like
some.
Moose heard. Yeah. Look at that.
Check. 2 stats. We
Oh.
love stats. Love it.
Kind of.
3 Oh, this is awesome. The Critties, is that what we're calling it? The Critties? This is an award show. We had some esteemed listeners vote on a few best of the best, and we're going to talk about. This is our panel. This is our award show panel, and we are going to deliver those results live. Number 4, we have our top 3, bottom 3. That's one of Steve's questions for us. Number 5, he says, all I have written down here is in Mike's polar bear scratch is one word, bananas. No, this is Mike's almost annual bananas trivia contest. The one where the points just kind of happen.
Definitely matter.
Yeah,
okay.
It's going to be great, and we'll talk about that later. Then we have a community interview with listener Mark D, followed by another What's on Your Mind Tonight by Northern Lights over Arkham. Number 8, kidnap a dwarf. Are we still doing that? We're still that is so not aging well. Go back to the Galaxy's Most Wanted stuff if you want the backstory on that.
Yeah.
Number 9, surveillance team. Xander Tabler. Oh, that's the reverse interview. I don't know what to expect, but I'm excited. Number 10, Wheel of Misfortune with Steve.
Oh
boy, a game about spelling stuff, and Steve's hosting it? That's because he'd lose if he played it. Okay, and number 11, the winning hand has sent us something. Can't wait to find out. Number 12, survey results. This is the big survey you sent out to everybody.
Mhm.
And finally, you have to wait till the very end before contests.
Oh, we love
There's
our
a lot
content.
going on. A lot. But you know what? This is our 200th episode. We're going to do whatever the hell we want tonight. Cheers, gentlemen.
And there will be a special bicentennial coin that you're going to give to fans, right?
Yeah, both of them. Both of them.
Yeah.
Once you get it minted, we'll totally hand it out to both.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, shall we start with the stats? Just stats for us?
Well, so these are like things about the show stats, right?
Yeah, just show stats.
Okay. All right. We should totally trivia Mustafa about these things.
I would totally fail.
Exactly.
Except I'm looking at the notes. All the answers are here.
How villain is supposed to set you up?
Close your eyes, quick.
Yeah, well, you're not
Okay.
supposed to look at those.
All right.
Here,
I already
we can
looked.
let's distract Moose so he forgets with another community soundbite, and then we'll go into stats. How about that?
Oh, that sounds awesome.
That totally, yeah, that'll help
Yeah.
because Mustafa's memory is,
Yeah.
It's like a goldfish, I hear.
Who are you again?
Oh, I love who this is from. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think this needs no introductions.
Greetings, villain lovers. 'Tis I, your friendly neighborhood Marvel Champions producer, Molly Glover. I'm thrilled to congratulate Critical Encounters on reaching 200 episodes without being thwarted by those pesky do-gooding heroes. I wish you nothing but luck with your future very misunderstood so-called criminal activities. Here's to the bad guys.
That's great.
I
Gosh,
love
she's
it.
awesome. Man, she's
thanks,
awesome.
Molly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Molly.
Oh, love it.
Her
Like the-
interview a long time ago with that was definitely one of my favorite moments in the 200.
Yeah, I
Like-
agree.
That was just so much fun talking to her. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we have to get her back on. Maybe we can talk her into doing like a lore segment for one of her favorite characters.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's roll into some stats. You
All right,
ready?
now,
'Cause-
Mustafa's forgotten them all. Everything he saw
Yeah.
on the page.
I have no idea anymore.
okay, I'm going to start it with an easy one. Moose, including this show, how many regular episodes do we have?
200.
Yeah. All right, that's 1 point. Ding, ding,
That was
ding.
easy.
How many non-regular episodes do we have?
Oh, there you go. How many non-regular?
Does
I
he even
don't
know what we did last year? Okay.
Nah,
I don't listen to this show.
it's a hard one to answer. All right, let's out of those 200, how many modular set episodes are there? Where we just talk about a modular set.
Don't you do that we used to do that every episode. What's happened to you guys?
Yeah, but sometimes we talk about villains or other things.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Nemesis sets. No.
What's happened to you guys? Wow, Moose. Thanks.
I'm gonna go with about maybe a half or slightly less 82.
Okay.
Hmm.
You're a little high. We have done 63 modular sets at this
Ah.
point. Just
Steve,
straight up
how many
modular
modular
sets.
sets are in the game now?
63. If we haven't talked about them, they don't exist.
Oh, I see. That's fair.
Yeah. Okay.
That must make figuring out how you're gonna build your villain deck quite an exercise. You have 62 to choose from.
You got a lot to think about.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Nemesis minion sets. How many do you think?
That's gonna be less.
That's
I think.
basically how many heroes, right?
Pretty close. Yeah, we haven't done them all yet, but yeah.
There's gotta be more encounter sets than there are Nemesis sets because you get more of those. I think I'm gonna go with 42 because that's the answer to everything.
That is really close because we have done 40.
Ah.
Wow.
And there might actually be 42, but we haven't done the other two yet. So, all right, villain scenario episodes. How many villain scenario episodes?
Ooh.
And keep in mind, we usually do 2-parters.
Ooh.
What's a villain scenario? I'm gonna really throw booze from both of our fans now. I forgot what the villain scenario is.
Specifically, like say we just talk about Rhino, or we just talk about
Oh,
Claw.
okay. How many villains are there? Knowing FFG, they probably have less villains than they have heroes.
Mm-hmm. There is hero bias in this game.
That is true.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 32.
Nailed it.
Are you just looking at the notes now?
No, I am not looking at the notes. I swear I'm not looking at the notes.
Okay, because that's right. 32 is how many we have done. So,
educated guess.
Nice.
Or in this case, totally random number under 42.
All right, we have done. I'm gonna kind of. We've done 4.5 campaign boxes. I'm just gonna give you that one. So we've done 4 campaigns, and we're in the middle of a 5th.
I would challenge Mustafa to name the campaign boxes.
No idea. I even forgot the ones that I used to own.
That he knows that he was there for.
Yeah, something about something destroying the heroes. Blah, red. Galaxy.
You got it. Red. Go with red.
There was red.
He got Galaxy too.
Yeah. Good. Mike, I hope none of these questions will ruin your game.
Oh God, no.
Okay.
You think I chose easy ones?
Here's the question that you're going to dislike. How many secret dossier episodes have we done where we talk about the heroes?
Oof.
Ooh.
I hope it's not.
So this is like where you talk about how to best a hero, right? Like,
yes. Yeah.
Where are their weaknesses? I'm gonna go with not enough.
I'm gonna. I would like to hazard a guess here and say 4.
4 is close.
Well, that's not enough.
Is it 3?
It's 6.
Wow.
That's still not enough.
Now I'm going to challenge you, Steve. Name the 6 heroes. Go. I can name
Star-Lord,
one.
Star-Lord, Groot, Miles Morales.
Dang.
Oh boy.
It's always ones that they're
do
like
Black
are
Widow
considered
at one point?
strong, right?
Black Widow is correct. Yes, Black Widow is correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Iron Man?
No.
No.
How can it not be Iron Man? You guys love Iron Man, don't you?
We don't want to talk about Iron Man. Why do we want to talk about Iron Man?
Yeah, I forget who we did.
We had.
Well, this is embarrassing.
Miles was recent. Groot was recent. You're right. We did Black Widow. We did.
Way to make us look bad, Daniel.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I was really just trying to make Steve look bad, not us, Mike.
I do have Google. We are on Google.
God, She-Hulk?
Yes, we did She-Hulk right after we did the
She-Hulk.
The She-Hulk show was out, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, we said Star-Lord, right? I already said Star-Lord.
Yep.
We also did Nebula.
Oh, interesting.
And one other, our very first one, Ant-Man.
Oh yeah, Ant-Man.
Yep. Okay.
Wow.
Obviously, we don't really care about them because we forgot about them.
Really no memory of that Ant-Man one. All right.
Yeah. Oh, that was in episode 52. So it's been a while. It's like 3 years ago. It's okay.
Isn't it crazy to think about that? The span of years. Oh my God. All right.
Well, and then we have gone back and we have done our Taskmaster School for Gifted Villains where we re-review the villain and talk about how they hold up in the current meta. And we've only done 3 of those. So
My guess is that would be Claw.
yeah, Claw's 1.
Taskmaster?
That would be smart.
That'd be really funny. I don't think it was.
But I don't think we ever did him.
I think he got voted for us to do, and we never did it.
Right.
Did
we go back to Rhino ever?
Yeah, we did Rhino.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the other one was the mutagen formula from Green Goblin.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Good on us.
Yeah, good on us.
Right.
And maybe eventually we'll do those again. They're fun. We have had 12 FFG employees / friends on the show to talk to us. This is really cool. And way, way too many community members, content creators, friends, relatives, Moose's mom, all those people have been on the show. The too many to count. And thank you to everyone who's ever come on. So we have also done a total of 20 spoiler / preview card episodes, which are typically like a 0.5. So we've got to spoil 20 cards.
That speaks to our fame.
It does.
For sure.
Holy.
Our fame and our influence in this community.
It just speaks to your ability to suck up to FFG so that they give you the preview.
You know,
you say
tomato, I say tomato, Moose.
Yeah, but tomato, Steve, I think he's great. I feel, again, like another thing that Steve's awesome at, that like he's been able to reach out to those people and somehow convince them that they should do this kind of thing. Even
I know. I mean, look at you. You're on the show again.
Mind control.
Again.
And we've got to satisfy the country of Chile.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
7. I'm going to keep us going here. 7 exclusive parody songs.
Wow.
Mike, how many has Mike done for us?
5.
Like sang or wrote?
Sang.
Oh,
wrote is different. Yeah. Yes.
I
one
sang
from Mike.
1.
Yep. How many from Daniel?
I know that I have performed 4 songs, and Mike wrote all of them.
So 4 from Daniel, 1 for Mike, and 2 from someone else. Name that someone else.
Oh, didn't Chad rap?
Yeah.
Yes, he rapped.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Chad.
Did he rap twice?
He did. Yeah.
He did the
He did like
reunion,
the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Big Hands. Yes.
Big Hands. That's right.
Big Hands.
Yeah. He said he had an idea, but those Lord of the Rings guys, they don't follow through. So, so Moose, here's our non-regular episodes. If you're not counting spoilers, blah blah blah. Last holiday season, or what we were calling Villainmas, we did 27 shows in December.
What?
Exclusive.
You did a show every day?
Every day. It was like an advent calendar of villainy during the Christmas and holiday season.
That's awesome.
It was really good.
It was fun.
That is just the ultimate measure of your dedication to the craft.
Yeah, and the episodes range from 4 minutes to half hour.
Half hour, yeah. I really like Mike's cookie recipe one.
Oh yeah, the abomination cookies.
Yeah. Or Daniel and I singing the 12 Days of Villainous. So I guess we actually have exclusive.
We got more songs.
I forgot about that.
Songs.
I was in on that. Yeah.
That was maybe not awesome.
We had a little bit too much of the nog. So
that was a great one.
Oh god.
Well, that was the Thor's brew.
Thor's brew, yeah.
No, the Thor's brew was the one we did.
Yeah, that's true. But Daniel was still hungover when we did the song. So
that's right.
And we've had 3 April Fool's episodes, all to Mike's displeasure.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think I was around for one of them.
I thought you were 0. My guess would have been you'd never have been.
No, we made him do 1. Moose was here for 1, I think, too.
I think I left early.
Yeah.
I don't remember an April Fool's, but it's possible.
Yeah, you called Daniel Iron Man and things like that throughout it. It was
I
fun.
would do that.
Wow.
Sounds like something I would do.
Rude.
Yeah.
Rude, Mustafa.
And we have this YouTube channel. We have 388 videos up on YouTube. 342 subscribers. So we could use more subscribers on YouTube.
We need to have as many subscribers as videos.
So get recruiting out there, minions, and click that like button. It's all about the subs.
What happens, Steve? Speaking of contests, what happens when those numbers equal each other?
Oh,
something amazing should happen.
I think we could definitely do a contest, and I believe we will have a hero pack who's also sort of a villain that we could give away.
Oh,
He's coming out soon. So,
okay.
yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
do it.
definitely. And then the number of downloads that the podcast has had audio as of this morning.
Wait, Mustafa, what do you think?
Downloads?
Yeah.
Total downloads of all shows.
All time.
All time.
Time.
From day one to now.
200.
You're close.
Now, how many times you've downloaded it?
Me? 0.
That can't be true. You had to have listened at one point.
I think I started playing it for my kids once, just so that they could hear it. They're like, "Turn that off! You sound weird."
Yeah, my kids don't want to hear it in the car.
So okay. Let me make a serious guess here. How many times has this show been downloaded? Let's say 2 fans. Steve's mom downloading 5 times a show, plus the guy in Chile. Let's go with 5,673.
You say 5,000?
Yeah.
You're close.
Is that too much?
No, you're really close.
Yeah, it's
What's the real number?
It's 161,953.
Boom!
Wow.
161,000 times.
Steve,
your
your
mom has a really, really nice internet connection.
It's all bots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bots
too. Yeah.
Russian bots.
Wow, congratulations. That's an amazing number.
Yeah.
With that, I'm going to actually skedaddle just bedtime, and I think I'm gonna go help with bedtime. But it's really nice to hear you guys.
What a joy to have you with us, my good friend.
Yeah.
And I'll see you Sunday for brunch.
Yes, I will see you.
I will see you in another 100 episodes.
Yeah, thanks for nothing. Get out. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
I'm happy to come and hang out with you guys anytime. Just have to invite me.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
How many days in advance?
I'll leave that up to Daniel.
Yes.
Then I'm not showing up at all.
All right, love you, brother. See you soon.
Good job with the 200 episodes. When we started it, I didn't think I would not have guessed this many episodes. And 161,000 downloads is amazing. So excellent job, guys. Can I put in a dad joke before I go?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Okay. All right. So explorers are coming, through the jungle. Suddenly they come upon a hill, and they all think it looks very funny. What do they name the hill?
I don't know.
Arius. Hill Arius. Yeah. Thank you.
God.
Wow.
Hey, Mustafa, why don't I show you Spot World for a minute?
What is that?
I miss Moose on the show. Thank you. That was great.
Wow. All right.
I thought he would have skedaddled a lot earlier.
Yeah.
Nice of him. All right. So those are great stats.
Yeah, I don't know if they're good or not, but they're ours.
We've done things. Well, we've done things. And
now let's do some more things, because Mike is going to do some sort of thing about things. Take it away.
Welcome to the Critties. I didn't come up with that name. The Critties.
Do you have a different name for it?
I like
No,
things.
not at all.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
Not at all. It's the first one. Yes, we had the esteemed elite minions come up with the answers to these ones. So we have a lot of categories tonight. We have the most improved villain, our best supporting minion, the most bananas encounter set, and the best villain modular combo. You excited? You as excited as I am?
I am.
But can you hear those tears that Mike, Steve is editing in the background?
I can already.
Yeah.
Me too. Oh,
hey, when you hear the playoff music, Mike, you got to get off the stage after your acceptance speech is done.
Mike, I'm a little befuddled. So, you just gave us all the questions already?
Oh no, this was given to the elite minions, and they were the ones deliberating. Let's see, in an award show, these mystery people come up with the answers. They're not always right.
The Academy does.
The Academy,
yes,
the Academy.
Okay. The Academy. All right, sure. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Well, let's hear it.
Our first award. For the most improved villain, the nominees are Absorbing Man, presumably for the environments, Green Goblin, Claw, and I've been told Claw for the insane boost effects and icons, Zola, Zola, Red Skull, presumably for the all of the new side schemes, and the Hood. And I'm guessing the Hood was put on there because of the recent strength and flight and telepathy sets from Sinister.
Yeah, just all the combos. Yeah,
I know.
So, do Steve and I get to kind of weigh in on what we think?
Oh, you can. Yeah, absolutely.
Like who we think should win?
The answer's already in. The votes are in. You don't have any. Yeah.
No, understood. We're just I'm just trying to like gauge. I'm trying to like gauge my
how in tune you are.
My link. How in
you
tune
think I know what I'm doing?
The,
I mean, Will Smith just slapped the
language
out of Chris Rock.
Yeah, I want to see how in touch I am with the hoi polloi guys. Well, here's the thing. Some of those guys just get better because there's more. So, for example, Red Skull, Claw, right? Like, I don't know. Like, more rewards them. I think, or I hope, that Absorbing Man or the Green Goblin won this one.
See, now I'm going to play it safe and say Claw.
All right. Well, fellas, it's a good thing that you didn't bet on this because the winner is Red Skull.
Oh.
No! Just because of all the side schemes?
Hail Hydra.
No, but like, that's what I'm talking about. Like,
Hail Hydra.
Of course he gets better because it's just
I think
more,
but also a different selection. I think you can change him up a lot.
Sure. I guess that's true. If you're like, yeah, okay, fine, I retract my negativity.
The next award, this one goes to Best Supporting Minion.
Oh.
The nominees are Mystique, the Dragon from Mojo's fantasy set.
Oh, that guy's
Dark
baller.
Phoenix.
Oh, another good one.
Exodus.
Jesus.
Okay.
The Spot. Somebody likes me. Symbiotic Monstrosity, Harpoon, and I love this one, the Supporting Actor from Mojo.
From Mojo. The aptly named.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta go with the Game Changer Mystique.
Yeah, that was my initial thought as well. Yeah.
Well, folks, that was also the Hive Mind's initial thought, because the winner is Mystique.
Yeah. Earned it.
All right. The third category, the most bananas encounter set. Our nominees are Fantasy, Heavy Metal once it's released. Okay, that was disqualified. But thanks for
you
sending that in.
You know that the bear with the midriff, those guys.
Yeah.
The shark with laser beams.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
they're really going to be in the game?
No, I think it's wishful thinking. Yeah.
Oh. God, that was so exciting.
Oh, yeah. That would definitely be the winner if it was
thrown.
Not released.
I will definitely
down.
blackmail someone at FFG so we can spoil those cards if that comes out.
Oh yeah. We have Juggernaut, Mysterio, somebody likes me, Personal Nightmare, The Reavers, Sitcom, and The Inheritors.
There's a lot of choices.
I know.
Now, Mike, what was the category
Most
called
bananas
again?
encounter set.
But some of those are mods and
Yeah,
some
I
of those
know.
are
I didn't specify, so we just kind of got them both.
Oh, okay. So, okay, that's bananas.
All right, I'll choose first this time, Daniel. I'm gonna go with
Go ahead, sir.
Personal Nightmare because it can bring in some of your Nemesis stuff. So I'll go with that one.
That's why I like it. I like that one too. I am going to go bananas with Fantasy because that set is cray-cray.
It rewards the heroes too much.
All right.
Well, that's part of bananas, but it also brings the dragon
and the troll and the goblin and
No, but the dragon.
All right,
Pretty
you didn't
significant.
know this, but this is actually a tie, and you guys were in tiebreaker, which means the runner-up is Mysterio, and the winner is Fantasy.
Yay, me! So basically, this is something I won, right?
0 points. Points come later.
0.
It's not a quiz
Final.
show. We just say
God
congratulations
bless
to the
Mike's
winner.
scoring.
Yes, congratulations.
Right.
Fantasy.
Congratulations, Fantasy.
Yeah.
All right, and the final award, the best villain modular set combo, and oh boy, were there some good nominees here. We have Ronin plus the Anachronauts,
Thanks.
Ella plus Galactic Artifacts,
Oh goodness.
Zola plus the Ransacked Armory,
Okay.
Magneto with the Acolytes and Exodus,
Okay.
Sinister Six plus Sinister Assault, Mysterio and Mystique,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Green Goblin and Goblin Year, classic combo,
Classic.
Mysterio and Iron Spider's Sinister Six,
Mike's favorite.
you bet,
So Mike answered his
and
poll. Okay.
Red Skull plus Telepathy, Flight, and Super Strength.
So you can
Play the game
so
you
can
want to
include
play.
that in the
in.
modulars. Play the game you want to play. I'm going the sinister one. I
I'm
hope
gonna
you did.
expect that Mike has cheated somehow and influenced the judges and go with the Mysterio Iron Spider Sinister 6-1.
Well, let's just see what the Academy has said here. The winner is Hela plus Galactic Artifacts. Excuse me? No, we're not having that. The winner is Mysterio plus Iron Spider Sinister 6. Congratulations!
Wait a minute, Steve. Did you?
I didn't hear it.
That seems
Sounds right to me. That's the one I guessed.
Oh. I feel like I heard Mike say something early.
Well, congratulations to all our winners. And that was a Patreon specific poll. So there's a random perk for folks.
A random
Right.
perk.
Really, I
That was
didn't want to have like 100 nominees, so
Yeah.
that's where we were at.
You know what? Next is let's listen to one of our favorite
dearest
minions,
friends.
the board game lawyer, because he sent something in, and it's about
Absolutely.
time. So
Here we go.
Hey, Steve, Mike, and Daniel. This is Bill, the board game lawyer, your loyal minion. Been listening to you guys for, I know it's been over 3 years now, and it seems like that time has gone by really fast. And I remember chiming in on episode 100, which seems like just yesterday. And if I didn't tell you guys back then, you guys are my favorite podcast, really. And so here it is. We're 100 episodes later. Let me check my list. Hold on. Let's see. Where are we at? 1, 2, 3. Looks like you guys are still number one on my list. My favorite podcast. Again, I just want to thank you for all that you do. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for the regular content that you've been putting out. Thank you for all of your contributions to the community. And Steve, thanks for letting me out of the basement from time to time. I enjoyed working on the summer challenges with you for the community, as well as playing from time to time on Twitch. I've had some of the best games playing with you there.
You're welcome.
Again, guys, congratulations. 200 episodes. Looking forward to chiming in again approximately 100 weeks from now when we're doing episode 300. But 200 is really cool. Thanks again, guys, for all that you do.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Bill.
Thanks, Bill. Yeah.
He's starting to get a little uppity because I keep letting him out of the basement. So, I put him to work again.
I did want to talk to you
I'll
about
take
that,
care of it.
Steve.
I'll take care of it. I didn't realize how, courageous he was becoming. We got to stamp that spirit down.
Yeah. God. All right. Thank you, Bill. That's awesome. And he's right. We are his favorite podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, segment
Okay.
4, step 4.
segment 4. We call this top and
Yeah.
bottom.
Daniel, why don't you tell us about how this is going to work?
Sure. Guys, we're going to talk about, and this is life of game, or more life of our podcast, is how I looked at it.
Yep.
So we've been asked on occasion, we've asked each other, we've ruminated and muttered about doing something like this. About, well, what are the top 3 and the bottom 3 of some categories? Like at some point I want to do like the top 10 strongest minions or something like that. But tonight we're going to focus on our top 3 and our bottom 3 villains, modular sets, and heroes. Now, let me clarify the last one. Sometimes we're forced to actually be heroes in this game, right? Like to actually play it, we have to be them. Yeah. So that question for me is the bottom 3 and the top 3 are like most fun to play, not most likely to lose to a villain.
Got it.
Yes, I did play this.
So
I took this as if I was a regular player of the game. I used that point of view.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me too. Good. I'm glad. Mike, did you also?
Oh, yeah. If I was
who you like to play, not
if I was brainwashed, what would I pick? Yeah.
Now,
right.
I would like to turn this into a bit of a game for heroes, if you guys don't mind.
All right, let's do the heroes last if we can.
We'll do that category last. And I would like us to try to guess for each other what we think are the top and bottom heroes for each other.
That's good
to
idea.
play. Okay. But in terms of bottom and top of the other ones, I'd like to kind of do a little round table. So start with the bottom and go to the top, but then we'll each take one and go around and around and maybe say a little brief bit about why we have put them where we have put them. And let's start with the modular sets, gentlemen. And Mike, we're going to start with you. What is one of your bottom
modular sets? Okay, so first of all, scope. I actually included sets throughout this up to and including Next Evolution.
That's fine.
Okay.
Fair. All right.
A bottom set, hey?
Yeah, we're going to go one bottom all around, then we'll go to top all around. And
sure. Okay. I've got a controversial one on this list. I don't think I'm going to start with that one.
Now, do you guys have them in an order? I have like my bottom 3 in a specific order, my top 3 in a specific order.
I mean,
that's interesting.
I'll give you mine in order, but you guys don't have to do it.
Sure.
So your first one will be your third.
All right.
Third from the bottom.
Well, I'm gonna start this out with a bang. I'm gonna say fantasy.
Oh.
Reason.
That is a
I know, but it's. I love the idea of it. I feel like it requires. There's too many restrictions imposed by this set. This is the one that has all these minions that can only be defeated by cards with certain symbols, certain resource icons on them. If you're playing solo, that's a really bad time. A really bad time.
Well, Mike, just get a friend.
But even still, like it's when I'm deck building, I'm already looking at, what am I doing for thwarting? What am I doing for attacking? What am I doing for defense? What am I doing for this? I don't want to think about, well, what symbols are on all of my attack cards in case fantasy is in this. No, I don't want to do that. That's why it gets a pass for me.
Okay.
That's interesting. You know what? I think for the sake of time, Steve, we should not be allowed to rebuttal.
Right.
Other than to say Mike is wrong.
Quick comment. I agree, I disagree, or whatever. I think you're right. Yeah, just to keep it going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
But we'll attend to that in time,
Yeah,
right?
we will.
I happen to know that there's like a fantasy episode coming up
in the future. Correct.
I don't know what he's talking about. Okay.
In the very future. Steve, go ahead.
Bottom third modular set is Ship Command. The heroes receive a free resource generator, which yuck.
Yeah.
But then almost all the cards in the modular set basically just revolve around the Milano. So I don't feel like you're interacting with the modular set. You're just tapping the Milano back and forth to cancel whatever treachery comes up. I don't feel like there's enough other interaction because that Milano is so key to all is so key to the encounter cards that come with it. So that's why.
All right. Great. Mine for this first round will be Zach's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like maybe what you're saying about the Milano. Actually, maybe more, Mike, about what you're saying about like having to think about types of resources thing. It's just a samey kind of thing that taxes lightning bolts. And I don't. Didn't do it for it. Didn't do it for me. Though I love the show about it. Our guest was great.
Oh yeah.
Remember that show? That was fantastic. Yeah. So that's all right. So now, Mike, starting with you, what's one of your top mods?
All right. I'm gonna go with Down to Earth.
Oh.
Because of how badly it switches things up on the heroes. It's neat.
Mhm.
It's just a way just to shake things up. I want to play something a little different. That's it. There's no other set like it.
It was on my short list and didn't quite make it, so I'm glad you said it.
Yeah, me too. Well, what about you, Steve? What is your third from the top?
Third from the top modular set. I like putting this one in sometimes as a added modular set.
Yeah.
It's the Streets of Mayhem. All those extra environments that just sort of it's another lever that you can pull that just changes the overall game.
Yep.
So
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep. And another show with a wonderful guest.
Oh. One of mine here is, we've talked about her already in this show, guys. Mystique.
Mm.
I think she's so fantastic what she does to the game. She's a game-changing minion, and the whole mod set itself just it really messes you up as it's supposed to, and changes the clock of the game, and I really appreciate it like that. I like things that show up and like Mike, what you were saying about Down to Earth, like just changes the dynamic and sort of the way the game is originally built, and now you're doing something kind of different. She is like that for me.
Can't argue with that.
There you go. So we're heading back to the bottom with you, Mike. Give us another one of your bottom 3 modular sets, please.
All right. I'm going to go with Weapon Master.
Ooh,
for the simple fact that it's been outdone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. There are sets that do the same thing. They do it better.
That's too bad.
There's not enough weapons in the Weapon Master set either.
Yeah.
It's more master than weapons.
Yeah, I guess. That's a good pick. That's
a great one. Yeah. Steve, how about you? You're second from the worst.
Second from the bottom. Now, I don't know if the set is good or bad, but what I do know is I never use it.
Oh.
I do not reach for it. I do not ever think about using it. I've never said, wow, this will be fun to put in a set. It exists. And it's Legions of Hell.
Oh.
I just never think to put it in, and I don't know why. It's got some minions and some control-y things, but Legions of Hell, when was the last time you used it? For me, I don't know, when I played Hella way, way, way back.
I was going to say, like, you have to use it in some things, right?
Yeah, Hella's the only scenario
right?
it's required in, and I never play it. So there you go.
That is really interesting. Now, okay.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny is that the Legions of Hell doesn't have legions of anything in it.
It's like 2 minions. Yeah.
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 Well, in this game, 2 is a legion, I think.
2's a lot. Yeah. Sure. But
for a mod set, right? That's 40% of the cards. That would be a legion in real life. We recently talked about my number 2 bottom, and it's in the Mojo, and it's crime.
Okay.
I just found it uninspiringly constructed. And I believe I said as much during that show, but it's just sort of like every card is kind of the same idea to deal with it. You know, like
it's very formulaic. Yeah.
It's formulaic, and it's just God. It's you could have done more with that one, and It's not really themey. So that was mine. That more of like a disappointed about possibilities than like what it does in the game or whatever. Right? I'm sure it's fine playing it, but it was unexciting for me when Mojo, the idea of Mojo, is really exciting.
Fair.
So that's me. All right, Mike, we're going back to the top with you, son. What do you got?
Well, let's go with Black Tom Cassidy.
Oh,
He is on
nice.
my short list.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, mine
It
too.
is-
Wow, that's
It's
amazing.
just so neat. Like the quick striking vines, Black Tom itself. I just really enjoyed my time with him. I hope he sticks on this list quite a long time, and it's not just the fresh and the new.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a good pick. It was definitely on one of my. I was looking at him. Boy, Mike's list could have been my list, but I just didn't pick those ones. That's good. It's a good list.
All right, Steve, what's your number 2?
No, we're on our number 1, right?
Nope.
No, we're on our number 2 best.
Number 2 best.
Sorry.
Yeah.
My number 2 best, and I like to play this one a bunch. I'm always trying to get it to work, because I like minions, and I like minions that have toys. So it's the ransacked armory.
Oh.
Oh
It
yeah.
has like the jetpack and the gauntlets and the boots and all that, whatever it is, right? I like to try to get it on there. It doesn't always work, but I'm stubborn enough to keep trying. So I picked that one.
Good, I like it. For me, I often sometimes think that the encounter sets don't have enough minions in them, and I like mod sets with minions. And my number 2 here is going to be the Reavers. I think that they are wildly exciting and totally cool. And boy, changes up some stuff when they're in that deck. So that's
that's a lot of minions coming at you.
a lot of minions, and they're interesting and varied, and it's cool.
Do they have the teamwork keyword? Are they the ones with teamwork?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's neat because then they all trigger each
They
other.
trigger each other. It's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Mike,
Hi.
it's your last. Mike, we're going to the bottom of your bottom. If you know what I'm saying.
All right. Let's go with Bomb Scare because it's inconsequential.
Oh, I left Bomb Scare out of my decision making because I thought no one ever used it anyway.
Well, yeah.
Which is,
I don't
I
use
guess,
it.
your point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone had to say it.
I can't argue with Mike because I also chose Bomb Scare as my bottom number 1. So,
All right, guys.
even if I want to make something easier, I don't go to Bomb
Don't
Scare.
go there.
for
You don't go
something
there
else.
anymore.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Hasn't aged great, I guess.
It has. It has not aged. It has disappeared. It's just.
It's like the first modular set you ever play against, right?
Yep.
So,
It had its purpose. We're done.
Oh, yeah.
We're done.
Yeah. No.
How about you, Daniel?
I want you guys to guess this one because I've really bellyached about it a lot.
I don't listen to Daniel. No,
Well,
I'm kidding.
well, then I'll just share it. Infinity Stone.
Yeah, of course.
Wait, the Gauntlet? The Gauntlet.
Gauntlet.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the
Yeah.
Infinity Gauntlet.
Not the Power Stone. Yeah,
And
okay.
You don't like the finickiness of it.
Yep. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
you're wrong, but
Mike is correct. You are wrong.
First off, I resent that.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm
Thank
not
you.
saying
No,
you know.
I just think it. It's just kind of boring in a long scenario where you're just flipping the same 6 cards over and over and over again, and it's just like it's fiddly for no point. It doesn't make it more interesting to me because you just know the same 6 cards are coming 1,000 times. Don't like it. And it's another thing to think about.
Yeah.
In a game where
It
there's
is.
lots of stuff to
It
think
is.
about. All right, but now we're going to the top, right? Right, Steve?
yeah.
Top.
Top.
You know my answer.
You know my answer.
Okay, Mike's is Iron Spider Sinister 6.
Yep.
Yep. What's yours, Steve?
Mine is the Enchantress.
Oh, very good
Yeah.
pick.
It
Nice.
messes you up. It's frustrating as all, but it can be fun at the same time. And you can play. You could shuffle 2 of them in if you really wanted to, because you could use the Nemesis
Yeah.
set too.
Yeah.
So Yeah, Enchantress for me.
Well, you all should know mine because I talk about it all the time.
The Space Pirates.
There you go.
Yeah.
Number one.
Bonnie.
And Bonnie. Before we get to the next category, Steve, I just want to give a shout out to the guy who builds Octagon for Marvel Champions. What's their name again?
His name is Rob.
Okay.
Our Rob 09.
Right.
Our Rob 09.
And the reason I want to shout him out right now is if you play this game on Octagon and you're choosing modular sets, in that list of mod sets are all the Nemesis sets. And I think that is great.
Yep.
As the thing that you can include is just using other people's Nemesis as a modular. Fantastic.
Before we move on, let's just recap our bottom and top. Mike, give us all 6 of yours. What were they?
All right, in the bottom I had Weapon Master, Fantasy, and Bomb Scare. And on the top I had Down to Earth, Black Tom Cassidy, and Iron Spider Sinister 6.
And I had on the bottom Ship Command, Legions of Hell, and Bomb Scare. And in the top, Streets of Mayhem, Ransacked Armory, and Enchantress.
And I had on my bottom Zax, Infinity Stones, and Crime. And at the top, Space Pirates, Reavers, and Mystique.
Well, we have reached out to community members, and some people will remember Maka.
Yeah.
Or Chris from the Night of the Living card game YouTube channel. He's been on the show a bunch of times. And we asked him what his top 3 modular sets were. So let's give a listen to Maka's opinions on the matter.
Hey guys, this is Maka, aka Night of the Living card game. I just wanted to say congratulations on 200 villainous episodes. I remember back in spring of 2020 when everything was locked down, I found your podcast and I would spend hours walking around our neighborhood just to try to get outside and listening to all of Mustafa's rants back in the day. Now, I'm just happy to be one of your minions. And I can neither confirm nor deny that I may be waiting to stab one of you in the back at the first opportunity and move up the corporate ladder, like any good minion would. But in honor of this momentous occasion, I have something on my mind tonight. I want to know, what are the top 3 favorite modular sets you all use? For me, I think my top 3 are Streets of Mayhem, because the different environments are just fun and they just add to the craziness and the chaos of the game. Running Interference, back from the core set, that's really underrated, and there's a lot of things that can just really punch the heroes in the face. And then number 1 on my list is probably Temporal, because, I mean, it's got a T-Rex in it, for crying out loud, and who doesn't love dinosaurs?
It was my number 4.
Thanks for all the work and content you put out, and I'm looking forward to the next 200 episodes. Have a great day, guys. Oh, and if I hadn't said it before, Hail Hydra.
Nice.
Ooh, okay.
Chris, thank you so much.
Thanks.
It's great to have him on the show every once in a while, and he's a wonderful, wonderful dude. All right, gentlemen. Round 2 of our top and bottom is the villains. Our bottom 3 villains to play against. Our top 3 villains to play against. Now, let's do it kind of the same way. We'll go round and round, starting at the bottom and going to the top. But guys, I would like you to humor me first, if you don't mind.
Okay.
What's different than any other night?
You're right. Thank you. I just want to know how much you know me and how much you love me. I would like you guys to guess what my bottom 3 and top 3 are right now. Just
right now.
Your bottom 3 villain. I know one of them is the same on my list.
Okay, interesting.
Okay.
Yep.
His top is going to be Hela, right? He likes Hela.
I think Hela's on his list.
He likes Tower Defense. He likes Ebony Maw. On the bottom, he's going to throw like Loki because of the gauntlet.
Maybe Thanos because of the gauntlet. Ronin, maybe.
Maybe Ronin because it's just.
But he
hard.
definitely has another one on there that is on my list.
Okay. Like I don't like people to change the game for me.
Oh, and Ultron. He doesn't like Ultron.
That's the one. That's the
bottom.
One. That is my bottom as well for the same reason. It's a slog.
So go ahead, Mike. Start us up. Bottom. Start with Ultron. I'll start with Ultron as well, but you start talking about why.
It's a slog.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
That's 6 hours I'm not getting back.
Not that bad.
And not only that, Mike, but don't you like to play with the cards that you put in your deck to play your deck?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Your favorite modular set is the Space Pirates, who take your cards and remove them from the game.
That's better than making them be drones against.
But they're not removed from the game. They end up back in your discard pile.
Yeah, if I
think there's some hypocrisy there, and I love it.
Thank you. Villainous hypocrisy. No,
great.
I just love
Space Pirates do it once. Ultron does it
all the time. Yeah, it's boring. Like Ultron's boring. It takes all my cards away from me. But,
Bill, next game we play, it's Ultron. Let's do it.
Now, Steve, what is your bottom? One of your bottoms?
Oh, bottom. So basically, it's like my least played. Now,
okay.
So I ranked mine as well. Third, 3, 2, 1. And I cheated for number 3 because I added 3 of them all at once. I don't really like Mojo Mania scenario pack.
Oh,
really?
Wow.
Yeah. Before you kill me.
No. I'm fascinated.
The reason I put it down there is you can only play those scenarios with the 6 settings, which you have both chosen several of them as bad modular sets. You play it enough times, you can't customize it, it's kind of done. I mean, crime and fantasy and blah, 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 right? That's why I'm not a super fan of those, because it is very difficult to customize those scenarios if you're playing it the way they tell you to.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, you're right. You have to use those mods, don't you?
There's only 6
or you
choices.
Don't.
Well, you can't play Spiral without those settings and stuff like that. So that has to be in there.
Sure.
Right? Mojo's Wheel of Genres requires the settings. So you could add additional modular sets to it, but you're going to have to play with those.
I see.
Right.
And a couple of those aren't great, which you both have said already. So
right. Well, that's interesting. Okay. No, like no one's gonna jump on you, Steve. That's fine. That's fine. And it's villainous that you cheated and chose 3.
Yeah. Of course.
That's great. All right. Well, let's go to the top. Mike, give us one of the villains you love to play against.
This was hard because I love so many of them for different reasons.
Yeah.
It was really hard to tease them apart. So honestly, don't even take this as gospel. These are just fun sets. I'm going to start with Loki. I like Loki. I like the multiple versions of him popping in and out of play. Gauntlet or not, just that alone, I really enjoyed. And I think he really hit the right difficulty for me.
Awesome. Wonderful.
Yeah.
How about you,
I like
Steve?
that. So my third from the top, and it's maybe a little cult of the new, is Mr. Sinister.
Okay.
I like how he upgrades himself with the 3 sets that start out of play. You can still deck build with different modular sets, but then he gets to, maybe he has psionic abilities one game, maybe he has a brute in the next game, maybe he's flying the next game. I'm really enjoying him right now.
Right on. Now, the theme of all of my top 3 will be different, like scenarios that are different from the norm. It's not just punching out people necessarily, or it's
Collector 2.
So Collector 2 is my first. Absolutely. Yeah. That was like the first one to do it, right?
Yep.
It was, yeah.
And I remember how excited I was. Like, wait, we're not just trying to kill somebody. It's like, that was awesome to just, like, our job was to run, get out. Like, that was super cool. So
that could just as easily have been on my list.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So Collector 2 is one of my tops. Now going back to the bottoms, Mike, what do you got?
All right. This might be controversial, but I will state right up front, this is a personal choice. Sentinels. Oh, okay. Because Taskmaster did it, and I don't give a damn about the Sentinels theme. I don't care. I really don't care.
Right. That makes it a bit personal, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, if you care about the theme, I think it's a good scenario. So.
Yeah.
But if you don't care about the theme, then it can just be samey. Yeah.
It is very samey. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we recently talked about that with Will Funky Monkey Monk.
Yeah, it was great. Those are good shows. Steve, what's yours?
So if I don't like the way you can't customize the Mojo ones, can you guess which the next one is?
Yeah, the Wrecking Crew.
The Wrecking Crew,
Wrecking
correct.
Crew.
You cannot
No.
customize it at all. And even a homebrew rule is very difficult to do. So, Wrecking Crew.
Oh, interesting, because you sure love all the guys on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Wrecking Crew modular set is a lot of fun. It was that first multi-villain one, and it leaves a little to be desired, and it's been done better since. So, that's my pick.
So, my next bottom is a response to Mike's top. Can't stand Loki. And the reason I can't stand Loki is I wanted Loki to be different. That's all. And again, back to what you were saying, Mike, like it's totally personal. Like I don't care about the theme or whatever. Like
a lot of people want Loki to be not who Loki is.
Yeah. I wanted Loki to be a little bit different scenario wise. I also want Loki to be a hero. Like I'm waiting for that day too.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
But I just
hashtag young Loki.
Waiting for him. I just wanted that scenario to be slightly different. And I'm also bitter because the whole Infinity Gauntlet is stupid crap. Like, and I've never played Loki without that, Mike. And you have, right? Like you've played Loki just.
No, I put him in tower defense.
Okay.
I put him in tower defense with 2 Lokis and had them swap the gauntlet between themselves.
Oh, that's cool. All right. So you just,
that was a fun one.
You just went madness. All right.
Yeah.
So, like, I've never tried Loki without the Infinity Gauntlet, which was like, double frustrating for me in terms of theme and that. But
now the story they were telling in that pack, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
But the overall
I absolutely agree.
Theme that people are expecting, it wasn't.
It wasn't there.
It wasn't a generic Loki. It was very specific to the story they were telling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's great on a level, right? I just
Yep.
I wanted a Loki that I would think would be like, oh, I want to play this villain over and over again in all sorts of ways and varieties. And I just don't feel that way. So now we go back to the top. Second best.
Oh boy. I could have put so many on here. Luckily, Steve already said Mr. Sinister, which was on my list, so I can actually take it off my list.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's awesome. I'm going to throw on Ebony Maw because he's just a fun, run-of-the-mill, does something cool to play against. He's your Sunday afternoon. I just want to play against somebody.
He's
fantastic.
He's
fantastic.
Tester. He's your tester villain.
Yeah. He does everything to you.
I like how if you are testing against him, he gives you a little bit of time with his invocations or spells, right? You're like, oh, I have 3 turns before this thing happens. So you get to like, can my deck manage it in a few turns? I like that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep. But it's still extra action. So it's still pushes you.
He was definitely, Mike, in my top 15. So Steve, what about you? What's your next?
I chose this one because of the fun in a multiplayer. I still really like Kang.
Yeah.
Being able to put in a couple modular sets, being able to get split up amongst the Kangs, and even in a solo game, you've got different Kangs. I think maybe the only knock against him, sometimes it can be a little long because you are going after 3 Kangs usually. But yeah, Kang is my number 2.
Yeah, you're definitely setting aside a weekend to play that scenario.
It's a little longer than your average.
But it's still so good.
It is good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, usually I sit down at the table to play.
Yeah.
I don't mind if I play 1 game or 2, right? So as long as I'm playing during that period of time, it's okay with me.
And Kang brought us dinosaurs, which brought us Matt Carano to talk about
Evil Dr.
Nanodaggers.
Matt Carano.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So number 2 for me, again, things that kind of change what we normally do. I really, really enjoy Sinister Six.
Yeah, okay, I could see you saying that.
Yeah. Love it. I like I had some, if you go back to our episode on it, I had some problems with it. Like there could be more villains all at once, but like I like the whack-a-mole nature of it. I think it's fun. Again, it's not about beating them necessarily. It's about getting out of dodge. So I thought that was cool.
I like how the guy who doesn't like yellow cards is all about the scenarios where you have to do a lot of thwarting.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
He also likes to play with friends, though.
Yeah. I like friends. Friends.
As long as they're playing yellow.
Friends that play yellow. All right, Steve. What do you think is Mike's next bottom?
This is bottom, right?
This is bottom. Although Mike and I weren't necessarily doing it the way you were. But,
No, I mean, yeah,
this time I
probably
have
bottom.
gone more like you were doing, Steve, where it is
Okay.
to my progressively favorite or least favorite. What do you think Mike doesn't like?
Possible it's Ronin, but it's also possible not because he likes Galaxy's Most Wanted. I'm going to say he doesn't like Venom because of the attack versus non-attack nature of the way damage works in it.
Interesting. I'm going to say Hela.
Because of the turtle.
Because of the turtling and because no one has stopped like that from happening officially. So,
wow.
Yeah. Do we not know you at all anymore, Mike, and you're disappointed?
No, I mean, Hela was close. I decided not to because people already knew that.
Okay.
I actually put Rhino down here.
That's like saying bomb scare, guys. Come on now.
Yeah, why didn't you say Rhino? Do I have to do it? Okay, Rhino, because he's bland and because I overplayed him.
I'll
Done.
play Rhino still.
Oh, golly. All right.
Okay.
Rhino
Again,
is.
he had a purpose. That purpose has passed. I'm moved on to Ronin.
Wow, that's your step up? All right.
If I want something to beat on me with 6 attack, I'll pick Ronin.
Okay. Steve, go ahead.
Well, I picked Ronin. So, it's still just too hard. I just have some bad beats in my history, so I'm bitter. And I hold a grudge. So, it's Ronin.
Nothing wrong with that. Zero wrong with that. I
wanted Galaxy's Most Wanted to be quirky and fun like the movies, and it was like a beatdown. And so that there's no dance competition against him.
It was a complete theme movie-wise like miss, but probably did the comics right.
Yeah, some justice, sure, but I don't know.
God, man, like
it's
just
you know what? It was themed for the goofy Guardians of the Galaxy, but it was built like the 2008 Guardians of the Galaxy, where everything's just cosmic and overbearing.
It was tough. It was tough. Well, y'all already said my number one least favorite thing, Collector 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just
because it does something different. Oh wait, that's why you like sets.
Except this is an exercise in how to make the game no fun.
It takes his cards away from him like Space Pirates.
Yeah, I suppose.
Not only does it take the cards away from me, Steve, which I think, whatever, it puts a clock on that number of them that are. It also makes me so I can't play the game like the game is designed to be played. Can't stand it.
I think you don't like it because you liked playing Black Widow around that time.
Well, that's also
that's a bad
definitely
matchup.
did not jive.
That is also true. But
I have beaten Collector 1 with Cyclops, and his whole thing is put cards out that disappear next round. So, I mean, it's doable, but it's definitely, I can definitely see it being on the list.
I think it might be doable if you're playing solo and can hit hard real fast. But I just don't, I mean.
Yeah, no, it's a fair choice.
I didn't dig it at all. So.
I don't think too many people will argue.
Yeah. So let's go to the top. Top villains.
Oh, you know it. His name's Mysterio, and everywhere he goes,
you have waxed.
People can't believe what they're seeing.
You have waxed poetic about this fella before.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All for the pacing. What he does to the pacing of the game.
Oh, I thought you liked it for the song we wrote.
And the song.
That too.
Okay.
It's a bonus.
Steve, how about you? What's number one?
I've said this a few times recently. Crossbones. You choose 3 modular sets. You get to have some really cool combinations. You get the experimental weapons as well, which is different every game. Multiple main schemes, which is fun. And it just has a lot of options, and it's fun to play against.
That is cool. That's a good one. Yep. My number one, you already guessed it. One of you. I think it was you, Steve.
Was it Hela?
It's Hela. She's a hella good time. Because, card game players and smart people like Mike, they will turtle and they'll make it easy. Morons who play this game or, normal people will just try to get out of it. And it's great. I think it's great. It's different, and it's the Norse thing, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there's just so many glorious things about that scenario that I absolutely love, including Legions of Hell, which I think is a great modular set.
I just never go for it. I don't know what it is.
No, because it really makes,
think that
it
with
really only
enchanters
makes
would be
sense
a
in
fun
Hela. Like, it doesn't make sense anywhere else.
Right.
Like, why would you put it somewhere?
Yeah.
But it's great in her set, and I think it's a great scenario. I have so much fun with it every time.
All right. Well, that was great. That was villains.
There's villains.
We're going to talk about heroes now.
It's time for heroes, guys. It is a time for heroes. All right, guys. We're about to get to our top heroes and our bottom heroes. But,
Yes.
fellas, what do you think the community thinks is their top hero?
Oh, well, seeing as we asked them and I looked at the survey answers, I know the answers to our community's favorite heroes.
Steve, you're so informed.
I bet I know the number one. The runner is up, hard to tell, but I bet I know the number one, and I bet it's Ms. Marvel.
Oh, it's not.
It's funny you say that,
Oh.
Mike, because I am absolutely certain that's on your top three.
I don't know what you're talking about. The community loves her too.
Do they?
If it's not number one, it's
I don't
other.
think
Yes,
they do.
Ms.
Hey.
Marvel? Yeah.
I think it's a polarizing hero. I think there's a lot of people who really like her, and then there's a bunch who just don't get it, and they don't.
You know what,
they don't
Steve?
like her.
If you asked people a year ago, maybe, or a year and a half ago, she would be higher up. I just think
that's true.
Heroes have gotten a little bit more interesting in a lot of ways than Miss Marvel is. And I like her too. She's fun to play, but she's definitely not on my top three.
Holy shimoly. That's because Spider-Woman bumped her off your list.
Well, you'd like to think that, wouldn't you?
All right, well, how about I tell you guys what the community
Why don't you
says,
just?
and then we'll see match what we talk about later.
Okay.
As we get going
All
here.
right.
All right, so we did ask them their favorite top three heroes, and tied for number 3 with 5.3% of the votes.
Wait, that's number 3?
Yeah.
So there were 6,000 million answers?
There's like 40 some heroes, right? So it got spread out.
All right.
What people chose.
Well, this actually speaks really well of the game, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay. Yep.
Tied for third, we have Rocket, Rogue, and Spider-Woman.
Wow.
Huh.
Yeah.
I will say this about Rogue. She's my honorable mention.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right, so tied for second with 7.9% of the votes each, we have Black Widow and Storm.
Huh.
Storm I get. I could see Black Widow.
I can see Black Widow too. They're
Early
both a little
hero
different
bump.
too. Yeah.
Huh?
All right, and tied for first place, each with 10.5% of the votes, you get Cyclops and Ironheart.
I am so disappointed in you guys.
Me too. Me too. I have just no idea how those two are interesting.
So Ironheart, I think, is different. She builds her suit with the tokens and whatever, and super powerful. Cyclops has this whole, like, I have to put stuff on the villain or the minions, and I could go first all the time. He's got a real narcissistic personality, I think. So they're a little different than a standard hero. Black Widow has all her preparations. Storm has the Storm deck. Rocket's got, I don't know, he's a raccoon, I guess. Rogue has her touch. Spider-Woman has the deck building thing. So I think they all have a little bit different mechanic to them, I think. So that's maybe why they ended up on that list.
All right. Well,
but let's see if they match up with what we have. So keep going, Daniel.
I will say this. One of those is on my list.
One of those is on my list.
Only
Either
one.
Storm or Spider-Woman. Okay.
Only one is on my list. All right. So, all right. I had asked before that we try to guess who we got on our top and bottom. So I think what we should do, Steve, we're going to start with you now.
Okay.
I want you to guess one that is on Mike's top, one that's on Mike's bottom, and one that's on my top and my bottom. Go ahead.
Okay. Mike's top. Oh, man. I don't know. Top for Mike is he's going to have Drax on there because he likes protection stuff. And on Mike's bottom, he doesn't like Miles Morales because he has too many. He's too easy.
Okay.
And now I have to pick for you.
Yep.
Okay, I think you like Storm because of the weather deck, and we played that one campaign where you did everything and you rubbed it in our noses. And then on your bottom, I'm trying to avoid some of the obvious ones. On the bottom is
Sometimes a duck is a duck.
that's true. On the bottom is Hulk. You don't like Hulk because it's Hulk.
Okay. Thank you. Mike, your way. Top and bottom for each of us. What do you think?
Okay, Daniel, your top is definitely, well, Steve already said Storm. That would have been one of them. I'm going to say Spider-Woman for the other. And bottom, I'm going to say Iron Man because it's Iron Man.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him. I forgot about Iron Man.
Okay, Steve. Okay, I know you like Ironheart. I know you like Spider. I'm going to say Ironheart for you for top. Bottom, I'm going to say Hulk for you.
Okay, Daniel, your turn.
Yep, my turn. Mike, you have no interest, zero interest in ever playing. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
Black Panther. He's going to be on your bottom, and your top is I will say Miss Marvel. Steve, knowing you like I know you, I don't think you want to ever play Groot. He's in your bottom 3, and your top. Oh, this is toughy. I think your top is Spider, like SPDR, that one.
Can I change my vote for the top for Mike? Because I think he likes Gamora a lot too.
He does like Gamora. He jibber jabbers a lot about Gamora.
Yeah, Gamora's on his list.
I kind of had an article about her.
Yeah,
a deck list that was published on FFG.
Wow, Mike.
I mean, you picked 3, so I think I got 2 out of 3 already. So okay. Well, let's do it.
Let's do it, Mike. Your bottom. Your one of your bottoms.
I'm gonna do all 3 of the bottoms.
Oh,
since you guys all guessed them, we might as well just see who's right now, right?
Well, hell yeah, let's do that.
Okay,
let's do that for all of us. Yeah.
On the bottoms, none of you got it. Black Panther, I played a lot of out of the core set, and I agree that he doesn't.
But I've never heard you talk about him since.
Yeah, he didn't develop as well as a lot of the other heroes did because he's more based around his kit. But no, he didn't hit my bottom 3. My bottom 3 is Iron Man because he's an a-hole, Hulk because there's no nuance to him.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
I want a hero that's like, yes, look, if you like Hulk, great. If you want to smash stuff, fantastic. I play with people who want to do that. Fine, they're having fun. Awesome. Just not for me.
Yep.
And the last one, again, this is a personal choice. Cyclops.
Okay.
Because I don't give a crap about that theme. The core X-Men team, not my thing. And I think he's cheaty. He's got the most powerful overkill piercing beam thing in the game for cheap. And his obligation is a benefit.
Well, you didn't listen to the recent Cyclops show with Caleb, did you? Where we talked about
I sure did. I disagreed with every damn word.
It's terrible when it's out already, but
yeah, golly. All right, Steve, what's your 3 bottom?
All right, so this was actually hard. I think I could have done like a bottom 5. You guys mentioned some, and I'm like, oh yeah, I should have put that on my bottom, but I didn't. Typically, I just don't feel inspired to play with these guys. So on my 3rd from the bottom is Quicksilver.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I don't use him. He's become, I don't know, he's uninteresting somewhat. I feel like he's too slow to get going for a guy who's supposed to be fast. So the theme is like, I don't know, Quicksilver. And I have played games with him. It's just like when I was thinking about this, I'm like, Quicksilver. I don't need to go back to Quicksilver. My 2nd from the bottom, also kind of similar. I don't get inspired to build the decks, although I know there are some pretty powerful decks out there. I have tried some other people's decks for this guy, and it's War Machine. I don't know. His ammo counters are fun, but not really. I never seem to get him going well. I like the character, but I don't know. War Machine's my number 2. And then my number 1, I'm on board with Mike. It's Hulk.
Yeah.
I just don't really care for his playstyle. And I know you thought I'd say Hawkeye, because Hawkeye is a jerk, and I don't like Hawkeye, but whatever. Playing his character is fine. But
You know what? Hawkeye was going to be on my list, and then I played him in Protection. Oh my god, he's a god!
He's not a bad. He's fun to play. He's just I don't like the Hawkeye.
Someone get a puke bucket for Kennedy Hawk over there.
He is actually kind of fun to play.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of moving parts, but I think
So there's the problem. Yeah. The theme and mechanics for Hawkeye don't match because he's fun to play, but he's Hawkeye. Yeah. Ugh. Anyhow.
Agreed.
How about you, Daniel?
Well, okay. So, Steve, I'm going to echo you with Quicksilver.
Oh.
Zero interest.
Wow.
Yeah. For what Steve said, he takes a long time to set up. But then it's also, I don't know, there's like a one-trick pony quality to him that I just don't care about. You all guessed right with Iron Man, but it's not because I don't like Iron Man the character. I like the heroes that spend time in alter ego, and he does until he doesn't, and then he's boring to me. And I might create a controversy with my last one, guys. I have zero interest or engagement with Captain America. Speaking of he's got a thing he does. I just, don't care.
He's really handy solo because of his
his reading.
He's good.
Yeah, he's great.
Run of the mill, and you can ready him. He's really good in that. sense.
I'm not choosing these guys. My bottom three aren't because they're the weakest ones or whatever. Hulk to me, it's he's no fun, but I just feel like the designers maybe missed the mark on Hulk potential. But I don't know. I brought a Hulk deck to, a playthrough, and it was fun. But yeah, it's just, I don't even think he counts even in this discussion, which I feel bad about. It's there's a bunch of heroes in this game, and then there's Hulk. No one plays him. There's no reason to, and it was early on, and they missed.
Yeah, there's some other heroes like Groot was a good one. I probably won't play much Groot.
Well, I remember one of you two kind of
Valkyrie
about Groot.
Yeah, like Valkyrie too. I probably won't play much Valkyrie again. It was really difficult to choose without just being like these three ones are the community doesn't like or whatever. So yeah, it was tricky.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right, bring us back up.
Well, let's go, Mike. Do you want to do?
Okay.
Do you want to do all your three, or do you want to round?
Yeah. I'll do all of them. I'll do all of them. So, you're right in that Drax was up there. He made my short list.
Oh, he didn't make the list though, huh?
No, he didn't, because I feel like his deck building really forces you into protection, and I'd rather a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
A little more room to play, but he's a blast. That is one of my favorite decks to play. Wow, there's some good ones in here. Ms. Marvel definitely hit my list for sure, because again, she's great for solo play. If you can play aggression Ms. Marvel and do totally fine because her ability can recycle back those thwarting events, and there's so many little tricks you can play with her. And Bruno, it's great. Gamora, of course, I've said a lot about Gamora. She's fantastic, and every time there's a new, the same with Ms. Marvel. Every time there's a new attack card, thwart card event, you have to look at these characters a different way. So they're always getting better, right? There's always something you can do with them.
And you're right that she really is, right? I mean, every event means something to her. So
and then the designers said, hey, you know what? Let's take everything Mike likes and put it into this hero.
Oh, Steve, all right, hold on, Steve. Who is this? Because I don't feel like we guessed it.
No, you didn't. You didn't guess this.
Everything.
This is a hero I am comfortable.
Oh, it's Ghost Spider.
It's Ghost Spider. I'm comfortable playing any color in Ghost Spider. The deck building options are insane. Again, every time there's anything, an event, an interrupt, you have to look at the hero another way. Ghost Spider is fantastic and was built to satisfy every single one of my needs and desires.
Yep.
She is fun.
Yeah.
All right, Steve.
Okay, so this was difficult, and maybe in the future we should do these tops and bottoms per wave or something, not the whole game.
Well, you have to ultimately have a whole game belief.
I know. So My third from the top is a character I've played a ton of. Thanks to a really fun deck that's out there. She has a lot of choices and decisions as you're playing. And it's all because she touched me just the right way, and it's Rogue. I've enjoyed playing Rogue a lot lately with like making those decisions, where it goes, and a lot of like microtransactions to get things going, like doing a bunch of stuff.
But Steve, can I
all
ask
in
you
the
a
same
question?
turn. Yeah.
Have you ever played her solo?
Yes.
And
Quite a bit.
And it's still fun?
It's still fun. Yep.
I'll echo that. Yep.
It does make you like, how do I get hero cards out of my deck? Oh, I have to attach touch to Gambit. I have to keep Gambit alive if I want to do this, so you don't just throw him under the bus. Yes, it can be far more fun to attach touch to Thor across the table and, become the god of lightning. But she's great. I really like
Interesting, because I really think of her as a multiplayer.
Well, and the other neat thing with Rogue is you can build a deck where you can use touched and superpower adaptation, which is her one that goes and digs a card out of the graveyard or the discard pile, and you can treat that card that you want as if you had 6 copies in your deck because you're going to be able to go fetch it again. So it's creates some consistency if you're playing with her. So, all right. So then my number 2 on the list is another character who does a lot of stuff, and I've played a ton of. I haven't played recently, but he will always stay up there. It's Ant-Man.
Wow.
I love the 2 hero forms. I love that you flip and
that.
trigger this, flip and trigger that, flip and trigger this, and flip and trigger that. And I remove one with an ant thing, and I do one with it. And you might be taking 20 actions where other characters are taking 3, and you're accomplishing the same thing. But so I like Ant-Man for that. I just have good memories of playing Ant-Man, all the time. And then my number 1, Daniel, you called it. It's Penny Parker and the spider suit.
Yep.
I just dig building the suit, figuring out how to survive until the suit is made.
And we all watched you do it.
Yeah, I mean, you turn a lot of cardboard sideways with her, and she's like my perfect fiddle around with my gameplay area, do all those things, and maybe only make 4 steps of progress, but like you did so much stuff. It's so and theme wise, I never read a comic with her in it. I didn't know who she was before the movie came out, and I'm not a Gundam kind of guy. I don't care about mechs and all that stuff, but I really enjoy Spider's gameplay. So
awesome.
She's my number 1.
Bravo.
At least today.
Yeah. At this date in time, right?
At this moment. Yep.
All right. So my top heroes, I thought you guys knew me, but maybe you don't.
Oh, we didn't get any of them? Did we get some?
Black Widow, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. I love Black Widow. Basically just because of Scarlett Johansson. That's it. I do, one of the early decks I built, the leadership and the sneak attack and all that kind of stuff, I just loved it. She's so fun to play in my mind. And she's one that flips between alter ego and hero a lot, which I like.
Oh, yeah.
This might surprise you guys. I really like playing Nebula.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah. I like figuring out the best time to play those techniques, and
okay.
Like she's like a timing trick, which I think is fun. And then my last one, and maybe my all-time favorite hero to play, is Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
I was kicking myself for not saying Scarlet Witch because
me too.
You totally would have done it. You totally would have said that.
Yeah,
Yep.
She's my favorite. I recently played her in an actual meetup and in my local game store for the Marvel, the Marvel Fellowship event, and she's just so fun, and she messes with multiplayer in a great way.
Yeah.
And so I love that aspect about her too. Like the villain in me loves that part of her, and she's just really interesting to build around too. Like I feel like she has there's a build for every aspect with her.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mike, your complaint about Drax, like, well, you just do protection or like you don't really play him. I don't feel that way about her. I think she's exceptional. So,
well, Those are all
Those
good.
are mine. Those are mine. And there you have it, folks. The top 3, bottom 3 of heroes, mods, and villains.
Well, we're not done because we do have a listener who
What?
folks might have heard us talk about Lexicon
Oh,
in the
he's
past
so
a few
great.
times. And he sent in a nice little clip all about his top 3 heroes and why we should try to recruit them to our side.
Ooh.
Let's give it a listen.
Is this thing on? No, you have to push the... No, not that one. That one. You already... Why didn't you tell me? We already started like 3 minutes... Sorry about that. Greetings, my villainous overlords and my fellow minions out there. It's me, Scott L. A lowly but happy to be here minion from down in the south in Alabama. And what can I say but Hail Hydra! I'm happy to be here and happy to be of service to the villainous overlords. And for this particular episode 200, the villainous overlords have asked us to talk about heroes. I know, it's a villainous thing to do. Us little minions, we get beat up by them all the time, and they want us to talk about them as if they're the best thing in the world, but they're not. Still, I'm going to talk about my 3 favorite heroes and why I like to see them crushed under the villains every chance I get. So much so that I can't keep them off the table. I've got to play these guys. And while there are a number of heroes, I love them all, and it is so villainous of our overlords to ask us to pick only 3 to talk about. I have done so because I am an obedient minion, and I will do what I'm told. Whether it's cleaning out the radioactive tanks without radioactive protective gear, or cleaning up in the lab after Daniel spilled something on the equipment. Or even, trying to gather up spots and being stuck in Spot World for a month or 2 at a time. It's so quiet in Spot World. We do what we're told because we're good minions. So I'm going to talk about my 3 favorite heroes. The 3 that I play over and over again, and once I put them in the box, they don't stay there very long. They have to come back out because I want to play them with new cards or against a new villain, or just because I miss seeing them in action. I love all 3 of these equally, and there are a lot of other heroes I love, but really, these 3 are fantastic. And they're fantastic because I think they'd make pretty good minions if we could manage some additional recruitment. All 3 of them have very minion-esque qualities that, we could probably use. First and foremost, let's talk about the Hulk. This guy's awesome. He's chaos incarnate. Why does he not work for us? He smashes things constantly. He doesn't even care what it is. He just smashes. Can't we just, get this guy released as part of one of our schemes or strategies to create a diversion, set him loose against the Avengers and Avengers Mansion or something? I mean, just get the guy pissed off and he's just going to destroy stuff. He's amazing. He has huge events that are so thematic and so much fun when you get to play them and they hit the table and Hulk just smashes through something and destroys and crushes the villain's face. And I know, it's always a special joy when we see another villain crushed because it's not ours, right? I would never like to see the Hulk smash one of our villainous overlords, but those other villains, we work together sometimes, but they've got a lot of territory we could be moving in on. Come on, guys. Let's capitalize. So when the Hulk is out there, I love it. I love that Hulk smash. His thunderclap hitting numerous enemies. 3 cost, 9 damage. That's pretty good when you can pull it off. And he is so much fun. He makes you discard your hand. He's got a small hand size. He's got absolutely horrific Nemesis set. The Abomination comes out, and he's got all these 3 boost cards. Who doesn't want to see that end up in the encounter deck? The Hulk is fantastic. I love playing him. I think he's incredibly fun to play. Very interesting to pilot. Very interesting to deck build for because he has these restrictions about how you can play his turn and what he can do, and he has no thwart, so how are you going to make up for that? What's your approach to playing this game? And he can put you in very interesting positions and decisions. And yeah, he also loses a lot, which, are we going to complain about a hero losing against the villains? I think not. So the Hulk, way up there. It's thematic. He creates memorable moments on the table that are fun and just help bring that group alive and that gameplay alive. And I love that. Anytime, I'm all for it. So the Hulk, he's up there, guys. If you don't play him, I highly recommend it. There's some good decks out there that are really fun to play. Just play to him, be him. It's great. Second, the Vision. The amazing android. He is intangible. He's tangible. He flips back and forth, but he can't do everything depending on what forms he's in. This is no Shadowcat, right? I mean, Shadowcat has a very interesting, constantly flipping, mitigating damage thing, but it's not at all like the Vision. The Vision is so different. He has this base ability to prevent damage, to reduce all incoming attacks by 2 if he's in intangible form. That's really cool, but then you can't attack and you can't defend. And Vision's sitting there out on the table and his friends are all getting beat up and he's like, sorry guys, can't touch this, but can't touch you either. I can't defend for you, and they're just getting beat up. I mean, it's kind of villainous, right? He's all about himself, not helping anybody else, just thwarting away. If we could just get him over here and get him scheming and the heroes couldn't touch him, I mean, recruitment opportunities maybe? I mean, he's descended from Ultron. It's kind of like in his genetics, if androids have that, right? But seriously, I love the versatility that Vision has. His kit is one of the most versatile kits. He has so many thwart events already built in and a ton of attack events too. He has some really excellent upgrades. He can do so many things, and with his density control, he has the ability, even more than Adam Warlock, to go grab whatever cards you need. Now, he can't grab aspect cards, but he can grab any of your kit, your hero cards, like your solar beam, or not the gem itself, but his attack, or you can get his intangible ability where he can thwart, even against the crisis. You can get his punch with piercing, right? You can even get his defense that's gonna, get that mass increase where he can stun the villain and prevent all damage. He's so versatile. Depending on what you need, you can go get that card. You just have to get that density control in play. It's so fun. It could be so thematic. I think he has really interesting gameplay turns, and he's so much fun to play. So Vision, absolutely out there. I think he's super underrated. People do not talk about him enough. I don't think he gets nearly enough credit as a really fun hero to play. I think maybe people find him boring. Maybe. I don't. I think he's so much fun, and he's really interesting to build decks for because you can think about, how do I want to play off of his strengths? Because he has some really unique strengths. So he is way up there in my list, and I love seeing him on the table. I have played him so much. And last, but most certainly not least, is Cyclops. Cyclops is an amazing hero, and you can tell that Caleb Grace absolutely loves this character because he built a phenomenal hero set. It feels so much like Cyclops. The tactics, the priority targeting, the teamwork, a field commander component where you get to go first every single turn, which is so narcissistic and selfish. I mean, come on. This guy is begging to be a villain. He just wants to talk about himself. He wants to go first. He wants to take over. I mean, the guy is prime villain minion material. We got to get him on our side. And you know what? I think he could help a lot with our recruitment strategies because he is very good at developing those tactics. If we can just get him on our side, I think it's really going to help us out a lot. But even if we can't, I love seeing him in action. His cards get out, being able to go fish out those tactics. Again, he's a really interesting one for deck building and thinking about, I can pull in allies from any aspect as long as they're X-Men. You can build that varied X-Men team that's just so much fun to see out on the table. He plays in all the different... He basically is always a leadership hero, but he can play in every aspect, and you can pull in different cards from each aspect. His optic blast ability is so well designed, and much like the Hulk, he has this really cool finishing power where you can just go full blast and let loose with his optic blast ability and do a ton of damage with overkill through a minion straight to the villain's face and just wipe him out. It is the best way to end a game when you're playing Cyclops. It's so satisfying and so much fun. So Cyclops, he is out there. I love him. He is so much fun to play. If you haven't played him, I highly recommend him. just so dynamic. It makes for really interesting, fun games. Again, being able to pull out different tactics and figure out which ones you want to play when and on which. Do you want to play this on the villain? Do you want to play it on a minion? And all those decisions are so different from game to game and how you need to play them. It's really phenomenal. So those are my 3. You made me talk about heroes. And since I've talked so much about heroes, let's end with another resounding Hail Hydra! Scott L. out.
All right, so his top 3 was Hulk, Vision, and Cyclops.
Just because they help
very
villains,
different.
yeah? Okay.
Yeah, Vision. I like Vision. I have played Vision in our campaign. Vision's fun.
You rocked it, man.
Yeah, I survived.
It seemed it seemed like he was really effective.
Yeah. Now Hulk on his top list, and we put it on our bottom. So that is the beauty of the game. Lots of choices for
He's
people.
putting it on his top for the very reason we put it on our bottom, isn't he?
Maybe. It's hard to tell if he was trying to ingratiate himself with us or if he was... Yeah, I don't know. So, but that was great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Well, that is step 4 of our 13-point plan. I think we're moving on to step 5.
Damn right. This is 200.
So,
That's right.
Mike, this is a trivia show now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. All right.
I'm ready. I'm going to crack my knuckles.
So,
remember?
I
Remember why I started doing this? Because you guys kept giving me trivia questions.
Yep.
I don't know what these are.
Yep.
I can give you all the hard ones.
Yep, no.
Yeah, if you run the show, you don't need to know the answers.
Yeah.
You're right to
Or
do
at
it.
least look them up.
Okay. Now, I've got a 0% win rating on all of these. So, this is great.
Yeah, no worries. This is the almost annual Bananas Trivia Contest.
All right.
Oops,
Okay.
all modular sets edition.
What?
Oops, all modular sets.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Now, caveat, I had to do all the counting by hand. I hope I got all these numbers correct. The correct numbers are actually what I'm going to tell you in this show. If you count otherwise, that is wrong. Okay,
Cannot debate it. Okay.
that's right.
All right.
For Daniel, what number am I thinking between 1 and 10?
What? You're thinking 8?
You, Steve?
A 3.
No, Daniel was closer, which means he gets to go first.
Yay!
Great. I'm already behind.
All right.
You're just gonna steal all my right answers anyway, Steve. So whatever.
I'm gonna write some stuff down so I can track this how right I
Yeah.
am later.
Now, for this question, I'm not gonna tell you how many, but I do want at least a name here. Daniel,
Yeah.
what is the smallest encounter set in this game? And I am saying this game being from its inception
Yep.
up to and including Next Evolution.
Okay.
Smallest encounter set or sets.
So like the villain whose encounter set is the smallest?
I mean, Oops, all modular sets edition.
Oh,
I know the answer.
This is all
Can I ring
modular
in?
sets.
wait. When
Yeah,
you say
do it.
smallest modular set,
Yeah, least number of cards.
Oh my gosh.
Infinity Stone.
That is not correct. Steve, would you like to steal?
Power Stone.
Power Stone
That's what I
ding,
meant.
ding, ding, is
Come on.
on the
That's
list.
not its name.
I meant the
Power Stone
one-
is its name.
Oh God.
Also,
What? Milano?
long shot.
Long shot. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh God.
That is 2 points for Steve. We have 2 encounter sets in this
Oh.
game, but only have 1 card.
Okay.
Steve,
Yes.
what's the largest encounter set in the game?
Are we not including standard 2?
Oh no, we're including it. It's a modular set.
Okay, because I know it's a special set. Okay, so standard 2 has 8 cards.
I know this one
You're
I want to
Googling.
steal.
8.
Daniel, what would you like to steal?
Wait, I'm gonna say Galactic Artifacts.
Galactic Artifacts is not correct,
Okay.
but I'm going to go look that up.
I love this. Mike, I'm going with what I hope your answer is.
Okay.
And I think it's the Inheritors.
You two have both picked the runners up.
Oh,
I
okay.
do believe.
Okay,
Let me do a
I thought
quick
there were,
check
I
here.
thought there were like
Guys.
9 Inheritors.
Yeah,
There are 9 Galactic Artifacts.
and there are not. Yeah, 9 and 9. There are two largest encounter sets, each with 10 cards.
Okay, hold on,
One.
Steve. Well, hold on. Don't tell Steve. Go ahead. What do you think? What could it be?
I mean,
Okay,
you're not
so-
getting any points out of this.
No.
You've already
Yeah,
lost
but now
them.
we need to
Go
know.
ahead.
But this is a modular set, Mike?
There are two modular sets with 10 cards.
10 cards?
10. I know.
Holy moly.
I honest to God can't think of anything bigger than the two that we said.
Number 1, the Band of Badoon.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Number 2, Mutant Slayers.
What's that?
Oh, I haven't. That's new. I haven't really played
Next
with them.
Evolution.
Next
Oh.
Evolution.
Next Evolution. Mutant
Yeah,
Slayers.
Band of Badoon. Okay. It's on the
There you
list.
go.
But didn't get it. Okay.
All right. Daniel,
Yes.
there is one encounter set, modular set,
What
in
modular
this
set,
game
right? Okay.
where every card has Surge and every card has 3 boost icons. What is it?
That is not true.
That is absolutely true. I triple checked. This set exists, and it is a modular set.
A modular set where every card has Surge and 3.
Yes,
Streets of Mayhem.
that is incorrect. Steve, would you like to steal?
I would like to steal.
Okay.
I'm going to definitely steal. Here I am stealing.
Are you looking at something, Steve?
No, I'm just trying to
Why are you
buy
pausing?
some time to think. I'm pausing because I'm trying to think of it. 3
I'm gonna,
only Surge on every card?
Every card.
I'm gonna be pissed if it's Zizzax because it's one of my least favorite.
No, he doesn't. I thought Streets of Mayhem was a good one because you know the way it works.
Pull the environment and then Surge into a real card.
Okay. I'm
You know, it's gonna be some stupid one that has like 1 card or 2 cards in it. 2 cards in it.
all right.
Oh,
No.
you called the timer on him? I love it.
I called the
Yeah.
timer on him. This set has 6 cards in it. But
What?
it was a bit of a trick. Because you don't think it's a modular set, but the rules in the campaign guide say this is a modular set that you can add to any scenario. It is
Is it-
Osborne Tech.
Oh.
You are allowed to take those cards as its own modular set.
Mike, that was
Yeah, it's all right.
Mwah! I love it.
Trivia game. I knew it was something weird.
Yeah, I mean villainous.
Isn't that?
Very
I
nice.
love that question. But I saw that it had to be on there. All right.
All right.
We got like what, 20 more of these? Okay.
But wait,
yeah.
hold on.
My turn.
You and I were
It's my
right.
turn.
Steve,
I was
you and
trying
I
to
were
steal.
right.
I was trying.
Hmm?
You and I, yeah, we were.
Like we've been right, like with the every question so far. It's just Mike said some weird loophole.
mhm.
Okay, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
It's
Yeah,
my
like-
question, Mike. It's my
Like the
question.
answer was not correct. Kind of loophole.
Right.
Okay. So, Steve,
Yes.
He's already left.
are you sure you wanted to pick this one? Okay.
Doesn't matter. It's my turn.
Which encounter set has the highest combined printed hit points amongst its cards?
Hmm.
Bonus question. Why are some of our listeners yelling at their phones right now?
I don't know why they're yelling at their phones. Combined. I mean, it's got to have a lot of minions with a high health. Let's just say fantasy. Dragon has a ton of health, right?
It
The
does.
troll has a lot of health. I'll go with that.
I'm going to say that's incorrect.
You're gonna say?
Yes, Daniel,
doesn't
do you
know, but-
do you know why some listeners are yelling and screaming right now?
Because they hate you.
Because I didn't tell you how many players were playing the game.
Yeah,
Oh,
per player. Oh, okay.
What? Switcheroo? We're going to a new question. Daniel.
yes.
We'll go back to you, Steve. Daniel, how many minions have per player hit points?
Minions.
How many minions in modular sets
Mhm.
have per player hit points?
Sure, I know this, Mike. I know this, and it is 4.
It is not 4,
Yes, it is. It is 4.
but can you name one of them?
Sure, I can name Dragon.
Perfect. Can you name another one?
Yes, Ronin.
That is correct, actually. I didn't
We're-
think you'd remember that one.
Wow.
Do you have the third one?
Hurtful that you say actually.
Well, because you play Ronin a lot.
Yeah. Well, I remember.
Even the
I remember
modular
the
set.
reason I hated the douchebag was that he's. Anyway. Yes, I think I can name the other one. Is it not?
Will you?
Is it not the T-Rex?
It is not the T-Rex. Steve, would you
Can I
like to steal that last point?
Yeah, it's the sleeper.
Oh, the sleeper.
No. The sleeper is
What?
not part of a modular set.
Oh,
This
you're
is
right.
Oops All Modular set.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Can I get a turn again?
He's a minion, though.
No, I want a turn again.
You just asked about minions.
I did, but this is the Oops All Modular Sets edition of the trivia contest. Up at the
I
top.
hate this game already.
All right, hold on.
Only in a modular set.
Is it from the it's not from no, it's not.
All right, I'm calling time. Calling time.
Give us a
It
hint.
is the
Give us a hint.
Kraken. It is the
Kraken.
Kraken.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have gotten there.
All right, back to Steve. We are playing a 2-player game of Marvel Champions, the card game. Which encounter set has the highest combined printed hit points amongst all of its cards?
Crap. So who has more, the Kraken or the Dragon?
The Dragon has 10 hit points.
10.
The Kraken has 6. The Kree Fanatic has 9.
But the Kree Fanatic has no other minions in its set. So we'll move on from that one. The Kraken also includes the Cultist, the Vampire, and the Werewolf. And Fantasy also has the Goblin and the Troll. So let's say horror.
It is not horror. Daniel, would you like to Steve? Horror got blown out of the water.
Mike, can you please repeat the question?
Yeah, which encounter set has the highest combined printed hit points among all of its cards?
I'm going to say the Inheritors.
That is correct. It is number 1 at 45. The set. The runner,
I thought it was a trick.
The runners up: Menagerie Medley at 39, Free Militants at 36. And Sinister Assault ties for 36.
Steve, this is the first time I ever knew something that you didn't.
That's a lot. That's a lie.
Yeah, this is crazy. Daniel,
remember Steve, how you knew that it wasn't a 23-foot crocodile, it was a 22-foot,
24-foot,
or whatever. Yeah. Remember how you knew those things? Yeah,
I knew that. Yeah.
All right, Daniel,
sir.
Which encounter set has the lowest non-zero combined printed hit points amongst all of its cards? Non-zero.
Okay. Mike, first off, I want to applaud you for that question. I think it's a great one.
And it's so stupid and ungoogleable.
I'm gonna say Bomb Scare.
Bomb Scare is very, very close. Bomb Scare was 4 hit points amongst those 2 bombers. Steel.
Okay.
Long Shot.
Long Shot is correct. Daniel.
Wait, that counts?
Mm-hmm.
I said printed hit points.
But
Long Shot has 3 printed hit points.
3 printed hit points.
Daniel, that's lame because that's like all for the hero.
I know the other one too.
Daniel, do you know the other one? I'm gonna let Steve steal it.
Can you ask the question specifically again, please?
Which encounter set has the lowest non-zero combined printed hit points amongst its cards?
Well, wouldn't number 1 be the stupid one that I hate, which is like the Power Stone?
No,
non-zero.
Non-zero.
Oh my god!
And it's tied with Long Shot at 3.
Tied with Long Shot.
Dude,
all right, Steve, take it.
I'm lost. Go ahead, Steve.
He has no hope. It's Hope Summers.
It is Hope Summers.
Yes.
All right, and Bomb Scare and Zax tie for 4. Zax is kind of a cheat because it's 4 printed hit points. I said printed specifically. He gets extra hit points per energy. Enchantress is 5, and then there's a whole bunch with 6.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, Steve. Which minion or minions have the highest printed hit points?
I know.
Highest printed.
And we are not counting our per player hit point.
Oh, we're not counting those.
I'm just gonna Dragon can't win. Boom. It's just out.
Dragon can't win. We're talking about highest normal printed hit points.
I know number 1.
Mystique.
That is incorrect. Mystique is only a 9. Daniel.
Only. Oh my god.
Only a 9. Daniel, what is it?
Oh.
You were gonna say Mystique?
No, I wasn't. I was gonna say the big fat guy with the square jaw. What's his name?
No.
That guy with the square jaw.
With the big helmet?
No.
I know.
Running interference.
No, Tombstone is a 9.
Tombstone. He's also a 9. And I knew he was a 9, so when you said it wasn't 9. All right, so hold on. Someone has 10.
And only modular sets, right? Not Nemesis minions.
Only modular sets.
Who has more than a 9? Who has a 10? Oh,
What part
is
of
it?
oops, no modular set? All
I'm
modular set.
just confirming. Is it Mr. Hyde?
Mr. Hyde, ding ding for 1 point. There is one more. There is one more at 10 hit points.
No way.
There is.
Is this a campaign modular set? Bastion?
It is Bastion.
Yes.
Who the hell is Bastion?
Campaign for Mutant Genesis.
Oh,
It is a modular set you can put in any set. It's from the Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past, yeah.
ugh, God.
I should have known this right off the bat because I played a game with both Mr. Hyde and Bastion on the table at the same time. How am I going to do this?
Oh man, yeah, I thought for sure it was Tombstone.
Yeah,
All right.
That's a good one.
Okay, Daniel.
Yes, sir.
There are 3 minions
Mm,
in these modular sets
okay.
that have 3 traits. Who are they? And a super deluxe bonus if you know their traits.
A 3-traded minion?
And there's 3 of them. Like 3 different minions have their own set of 3 traits.
Oh God.
We talk about traits every time. Every time.
I understand that, but it also requires a certain understanding of the source material that
I know, I love being on this side of the trivia.
yeah, no, you're yeah. I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna pass to Steve and steal from him.
Okay, that sounds good. That's allowed because I just decided that. Steve.
Okay. Oh, man. Okay, I know Killmonger, but he's a Nemesis modular set, and I'm not counting. That's not my answer, but I know he has 3 traits. But I cannot think of anybody
That is
else.
correct. That is correct. He does not count, and he does
He does
have
not count, but he does have 3. And it's like, holy
It's rough.
cow.
I know, they're rough. Okay, here's a hint.
This
All
is a
3 of
really
them-
mean question, Mike.
I know, I love it. All
It's
3
good.
of them have the elite trait.
Okay, so they're all elites.
As if
So that's-
that helps you.
Well, yeah, they're not a Hydra bomber. Elite. Oh, let's go with Ronin. Elite, pre-core, and something else maybe.
All right, so you won't get the super bonus extra points for getting all 3, but it is elite, pre, and accuser core.
Accuser core. Okay.
You get a point for Ronin. Anybody else have any other answers for this one? I wouldn't know them for sure.
Badoon Headhunter.
No. Okay.
Ooh.
We're gonna time out on this one. Exodus has Acolyte,
Oh.
Elite, and Psionic. And Mr. Hyde, Brute,
Oh,
Elite, and you don't even know because no one remembers.
criminal.
Master of Evil.
Master of Evil. Oh man, I never would have got it. Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Okay. Whew. Whose question is this? That was Daniel's. You passed, Daniel.
I did?
You passed.
Oh yeah.
So that means this one is
It goes
yours
to
now.
Steve. It goes to Steve.
Oh, this is Steve now?
Well, because I
Okay.
passed my first player to Steve, so I was hoping I could steal it,
And you didn't.
and I
So
didn't.
now it's back to you.
Daniel can have it for 1
Okay.
point.
Thanks, Steve. For one
How
point.
many unique minions are there amongst our modular sets?
Oh my
cow.
God. Okay. So I learned today when we trivia'd Mustafa that there are 63 modular sets.
Mm-hmm.
There and abouts, yeah.
Yep. Not all of them have a unique minion, obviously.
Yep.
Um,
Some of them have like 8.
some of them have, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. Unique minions in the game. That's your question?
Yep. Unique
From
minions in the
modular sets
set.
only.
From
Modular sets only.
Modular sets only.
Yep. 74.
Steve, I'm just curious if you have an answer for this.
I'm gonna say 105.
Steve, you were very close. The answer was 100.
Wow.
On the nose, if you include Next Evolution.
Right.
Dang.
On the
Okay.
nose.
Yeah.
And yes, I did double count the characters that appear twice because there are other cards
Wow.
Sorry.
100.
Different mods.
That's
on
awesome.
the nose.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Okay.
All right. Steve,
Yes.
this is the final question. We're going to bounce this one back and forth. Steve, how many modular sets contain obligations?
How many modular sets contain obligations?
I know.
6.
Daniel, what do you think?
3.
Daniel's actually closer. All right. Steve, would you like to name one?
A modular set? I would like to name one.
Cool. Daniel, would you like to name one?
Oh my god. I'm trying to blank now.
These are modulars, right?
Modulars that
Oh,
contain
I got one.
obligations?
I got one.
So
Can
You
I-
got one, Steve?
Yeah.
none of the Kang stuff, right?
Master of Time.
Master of Time is correct.
Okay.
How
so
many
that-
does it have?
4.
2. Master of Time only has 2.
All right. So
Oh,
that,
the
that's
other
one
ones
of the
must be
Kang.
The other
in
ones
Kang
are
itself.
in Kang itself.
Um,
Okay.
I believe like Whispers of Paranoia has one.
It does not.
Or what's the other one about that?
You might be thinking of Down to Earth.
No.
Down to Earth is correct. How many does
Yep.
it have?
1.
It has 1.
Friends and Family.
No, what's the other one that I'm thinking of? This is Whispers of Paranoia, and then the other one related to it because it's like the same.
I don't think it's got obligations. I think it's just like attachments to you.
Really?
Yeah.
God, what's the other one I'm thinking?
Sitcom.
Sitcom is correct. How many?
Like 4.
It is 5. 5 whole It has the most obligations of all of them.
Yeah, like the whole set is, right?
Dang, Steve, you.
I know. That's crazy. I know. It's because he's cheating, right? This one's easily marvelable.
Is it only? Yeah, I'm not doing that. Is it only those 3? Is there only 3
No,
sets?
there is actually one more. There's one more
4
obligation.
sets.
One
Okay.
more obligation hiding somewhere. No, Daniel, you will never see it, ever,
Why won't I ever see it?
because you don't like playing with this. You'll never play it.
Oh. Hold on. It comes from Zizax.
It is crime.
Crime. Oh.
Crime has one where you, it's in front of you. You can't. What is it?
Oh.
You can't take.
Can attack or something, or remove threat or something.
Yeah, can't remove threat from any of those crazy side schemes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that was the crazy bananas.
That was bananas,
Points game.
Mike.
Yeah,
That was really good.
bananas.
I was keeping track. Would you like to hear my score, which might be
No.
different than Mike's?
We-
Yeah,
I
I
have
want to hear
Steve-
Steve's score.
Okay, let's hear Steve's score.
I have 10 points.
Okay.
Mike has 6 on the ones he stumped us on, and Daniel has 1 point.
One.
So Daniel has 4. You have 11. I was
I
giving
lost track.
bonus points for some of these things, for
Yeah.
some of
Oh.
guessing the numbers as well.
Okay, 4 points.
I'm the
I-
winner because that was a blast.
Weird that I would lose one of these games.
That
But
was a
I
good.
did
That was
a little
good.
bit better than I thought I would.
Those were good questions. They were tricky yet
Yep.
doable. Yeah. 100
Oh, I would have flunked that hard.
unique
Yeah.
minions is pretty good.
100 unique minions. That's awesome.
Yeah. I also like the time limit. So the arbitrary time limit was effective.
Oh, of course.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting me lose yet another trivia game in our podcast.
Yeah.
At least this time, Steve, you didn't steal my victory. You earned it.
I earned it. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one time
Yeah.
I definitely
But
stole
I did let you make up rules, like stealing.
and passing.
Passing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Those are good. Oh, let's take a minute and let's listen to somebody else who's a lot of fun and works at FFG. Zach Tualtimus.
Hello, everybody. This is Zach Tualtimus, Senior Quality Assurance Specialist at Fantasy Flight Games. Just popping in quick to say congratulations to Mike, Steve, Daniel, and the rest of the Critical Encounters team on 200 issues. That is no small feat. There are between 50 and 10 million podcasts out there, and very few of them make it past issue 25, let alone all the way up to 200. So keep it going, guys, and we'll keep listening, and me and the rest of the people whose voices you see and hear here, well, we'll keep popping in from time to time too to say hi. So yeah, good job, everybody. Zach out.
Thanks, Zach.
Thanks, Zach.
That was a chaotic ending. I loved it.
Yeah.
Hey, folks. Episode 200 is so big, it won't even fit in one episode. So we're going to cut it right here and make you wait a whole extra week for the next one. In the meantime, you can email us your thoughts at criticalencounterspod@gmail.com. We are Critical Encounters on Facebook. You can find our YouTube channel or Patreon by searching for Critical Encounters Podcast. And on Discord, we are Vardane, Big Foam Loaf, and Wandering Duke. If you like our show, tell your friends. If you don't like our show, go away.
You forgot to say the truth, because he was on this half.
Oh. And the truth for a little bit.
Why didn't Mojo notice Domino and Shatterstar sneaking by him? It seems he was too busy watching cable.
Hello.
Hello, Greg.
Hey, Greg.
First.
Oh.
I'll talk shit about Jeremy's word for 5 or 10 minutes. However long. Make sure we send it to Jeremy as well. We'll send it directly to him, like raw format. Don't edit anything.
Welcome to issue 188 of Critical Encounters, a podcast about Marvel Champions, a living card game by Fantasy Flight Games.
I'm done. I promise.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, go ahead.
You know what? I quit. I'm done. Well, I think then with... Sorry, did you hear my wife?
I heard yours and mine too. So
okay.
Yeah.
Was yours shouting in Spanish?
Yeah, mine. Just shouting at the kids. Wait a minute.
Early this
Hold
time.
on a minute. I invited you with enough time. It's Daniel that was supposed to invite you and just never did it.
Let's just edit that out for the fiction. It's better if you invited me yesterday because I'm gonna use that as a crutch to explain why I'm so completely underprepared.
All right. Okay. 3, 2, 1, play.
Mine's not playing.
Mine's not playing.
I'm so disappointed.
Well, it's not over the size, is it?
924 KB.
What if you click download and then can you play it? I can.
Yeah,
Downloads and
it goes into a totally different place.
Oh wait, I can hear it. It goes, "Oh my gosh, your podcast is so much better than mine."
What's the similarity between a dad joke and sex?
Well, I don't. Can we say the answer?
Yeah, you can. I can. You can edit it out if you want. You know they're good when there's a lot of moaning.
God.
Okay.
Am I supposed to be reading this like all sinister yet, or can I just chill?
You can just chill. We're good. We're done with the bits.
Okay. All right.
I think I sent it. No, you can just continue on. Oh, you know what? I never hit enter. There it is.
I got nothing prepared, but I do want to say congratulations to, Critical Encounters Podcast. Am I starting now? Should I start now? Hi, everybody. This is Zach Tewaltimus, Quality Assurance Specialist. Hey, it's Tony. Oh my God, it's Tony.
Zach, what are you doing here?
I'm crashing your damn show.
It's not. It's funny. All right, we're outnumbered, Mike. We're outnumbered.
Oh boy.
Oh.
All right, let's have an
like
in-depth discussion on what the word "wow" means.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
That's later. It's for later.
How do I disconnect?
Like last year.
How do I get the frick out of here?
Oh my God, that's going to be yet again
Like
another
his-
outtake.
Okay, I
His
think
own
I'm done.
personal catchphrase. How do I turn this
Bye.
off?
I did. Okay, edit out my stupid bit.
Yeah, that.